Welcome, one and all. This is the Peace Dealer, and welcome to another exciting episode of Transit Talk. Oh, yes, this is definitely going to be quite pivotal, let's say. It's Tuesday, and yeah, definitely want to start this broadcast off giving a moment of silence to the late XXX Tentacion. Um, Regardless of what you feel about him before he did whatever happened to him, he still had a human vessel. So all respects and condolences. Rest in peace, brother. Let me put in some metaphysical knowledge here, because the fact that this happened when Neptune went retrograde, remember, death always happens in threes here. And X died, but Jimmy Wop died. See, that this is why when events like this happen, you have to look beyond the surface. If you think it's a coincidence that when Neptune went retrograde, two artists died, see, they didn't publicize the other one. It was a Capricorn and an Aquarius. See, don't look so surface that you forget to really convey the facts. A Capricorn died and an Aquarius died, and death comes in threes. So this, if anything, a Sagittarius moon Aquarius, there's the occult nature of death is once you release your essence and you release your energy and you're not bound by your physical vessel, your energy manifests, okay? So it's like the sacrifice in a lot of ways was to help shift the collective conscious activation. And especially the younger generation, but some of you may feel, some of you with Plutonian energy, you may feel or evoke these energies, his energy, other people who have passed. We've only known exactly, Nebula Club, like some of you hear what I'm saying. Like I'm not, this whole transit talk is gonna be channeled, by the way. So if you're ready to hear some of the strangest, weirdest things, then you know, prepare yourself, because there's nothing normal about Neptune. Neptune is an outer planet. Neptune is the planet that dissolves any perception of reality. Reality is an illusory system. You create a system and you give that system parameters and you give that system rules so that you abide by a structure and something that, what's the key word here? Works. That's Saturn. Neptune is after Saturn. This is when it's like, okay, are you done with this system? Because you're so into the system, you forgot who you truly are. Let me remind you, there's no ego here. Okay, so when we talk about Neptune, we're not talking about anything that makes sense. If the majority of this transit doesn't make sense, that's because I'm not talking to your conscious mind. I'm talking to your subconscious. I'm talking to your spirit. I will say things that doesn't make sense. For example, the fact that Jimmy and X died on a Neptune retrograde to help usher in a collective consciousness, there's nothing that makes sense about that. There's nothing that makes sense about your own shadow magic integrating. But I will use words that will frustrate your critical mind. So when you hear it mentally, it's like, that's not true. Well, Neptune isn't all about being true. That's Mercury. Neptune is about reading between the lines and listening to what my spirit and feelings are saying. So some of you will be able to read between the lines, others of you, I'm going to lose you. And just, it's okay, because I'm not talking to you consciously, I'm talking to your soul. So what I'm saying really don't even matter. This is all vibing. This is all energy. I'm transmitting a subconscious context that you can't hear through words. So your spirit's going to receive it, and it is what it is. It's perfect for a Gemini, right? Because I can present one thing and then say the other. But yes, it's not a coincidence, my friends. We only heard about the celebrity who got murdered. There was another rapper who got murdered. okay? The taking of life, ritual sacrifice, harvest. And we don't know the third person. Okay, so this Neptune retrograde is going to be the strangest Neptune retrograde you have ever experienced. And I'm not going to disrespect you and try and make this make any sense. I'm not even going to talk too much about transits. I think I'll talk shortly about transits like right now. Neptune retrograde is going to last until November, I believe. It's going to go direct Sagittarius season, which is important here. November 27th, technically the 26th, 25th, November 25th, when the sun is conjunct Jupiter. Okay, it's stuff like this that makes you think. Why is it that when the sun conjuncts Jupiter exact and we're getting ready to head out of the portal of the material realm, that Neptune goes direct? Neptune is in Pisces, the spiritual realm. So I'm trying to show you a little bit how this portal works. We just stepped out of the portal of the spiritual realm into the material, and now Neptune is going retrograde. Oof, okay, I could chill. Because while we were in the spiritual realm, it was direct, and it was feeding our subconscious and soul with divine knowledge of ourselves, with spiritual epithets that directly contradict the rules of society that have served to kind of keep you chained. This shit's really messed up because it's the people who are speaking up against the illusions that shackle you that are getting spiritually attacked, that are getting killed, that are getting messed with vibrationally, okay? And this is where you're about to see a lot of this bubble up to the surface, because this is the first Neptune retrograde that we're going to have a very powerful grand water trine activated here, to where everything's in the middle degrees. And Jupiter is going to go retrograde and direct during this too. So while we are shifting our conscious minds so that they can mirror our subconscious minds, you want to remember that your mind is going to be catching up to the spiritual awakening your soul has had. As Phoenix Rain says, it's about to get real. Now, trust me, the reason why I'm talking about let people be big mad, Cancer season is going to influence people to share their feelings and unsolicited opinions, okay? Let people get big mad with this Venus and Leo. People are going to be judging you, whether for better or for worse, because they are in denial. People are going to be projecting the dislike they have for themselves towards you because you're there. Don't take it personally. Let people be big mad. If you want, help them be super mad, because the shadow magic that's integrating with your conscious light vessel and light body is going to be very sensitive. If you let someone project their anger or dislike towards you and you take that in, that's going to very sensitively distort the delicate process of this integration. And dark forces will try and circumvent that by trying to frustrate your ego. Let me tell you something. You have just spent 6 months supernaturally evolving yourself. Nobody can tell you anything, all right? There's a difference between someone respecting what you're doing and where you're coming from and offering constructive criticism, and then between someone who feels they can, on their high horse or from wherever they are, speak about what they feel you should do or what you're doing that is contrary to what they're doing. I'm letting you know more as we're stepping closer into spiritual sovereignty with the revolution, because Pluto in Aquarius is going to reset sovereignty, and people are going to have to choose their loyalties. Do they want to live under a government system, or are they ready for a little bit of anarchy? There will be a little bit of anarchy for 5 years, okay, before something stabilizes again. And this is going to start from 2023. So we're preparing for that. Slowly, the universe is having you detach from things that you used to subscribe to, whether you're going to choose to change it or whether you're going to choose to detach completely. What Saturn in Capricorn is trying to circumvent this. Remember, I told you this last year, Saturn in Capricorn is going to try and make you all its slaves. And now you have this hard work propaganda. Oh, you get the success you deserve. Get a job, work a real job, get real success. Listen, on the surface, it's inviting. It's a great ideal. It's really just to have you be a slave. And it's simple as that. What you want to do is to use this in your favor and make sure if you are going to be a slave, you're a slave to your own ambitions. And you can use this same energy to gain independence. So it's on its own, it's not bad. And just like Astro Dim 7 said, what is a real job? Let me even one you up on that. What is truly real? The whole purpose of all this perceptual evolution is to revolutionize what is normal, what is real. Because after Uranus left Aries, the lesson of Uranus and Aries is normal and regular is an illusion. Everyone out here that's trying to maintain some normal identity, everyone out here who's trying to be regular is fake. That's the lesson. Everyone who's going above and beyond to be their weird selves is being real. And you don't have to prove it. People are showing it. This is a societal, collective, conscious divide that's going to separate before it unifies who's real and who's fake. There's still people in 2018 who will not express their heart because they're worried that they will not look normal. That's fake. People have been brainwashed to care so much about their image that they will not do stuff that's true to them because they're worried about their image. They're worried about how it's going to come across. They're worried about how it's going to look. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. If you believed the hype before, there is nothing real about that. That is literally the epitome of fake. But it wraps itself around in a sincere-esque look. It's not that people are trying to be fake. You have a lot of fake people out here who don't realize they're being fake because they think they're being polite. There's nothing wrong with having decorum, and there's nothing wrong with having class. There's everything wrong with being fake. You could have class and still keep it true. And that's just the facts. So trust me, the reason why Neptune retrograde is going to be amazing is because there's so many people in your life you have looked up to. There are people who you've looked up to because they're successful and they've given you this illusion of success. They're people in your real life that you're realizing they're not necessarily deserving of the pedestals you might have placed them on, which is your fault for placing them on a pedestal, but also their responsibility for playing up to that image. Neptune is shattering all that over this next 6 months. The whole world is going to get a reality check to realize everything you thought was real is not as real as you think it's real. Because the seers who are able to look through and see to the meaning of things, Neptune retrograde is going to make this available for everyone. Shadow magic integration is now preparing your vessel to expel and release your darkness. Do you remember when I was saying, especially in Pluto retrograde, your dark side is going to fight over you to have your power. Your power is awakened. The first battle is with yourself before you fight other people, because you will fight other people. I don't want to be one of these light workers. I don't know why light workers were popular, and then people try to break down on light workers, and now people are too cool to be light workers now. Nah, I'm not too cool to be a light worker. The dark forces came and tried to twist that and then have you see, oh, well, people who call themselves light workers, they're not. People are obsessed with deflecting and pointing out the flaws of things so that it ends up ruining the name. So in order to debunk light workers, people took people who were not light workers and said, oh, this is what people who call themselves light workers are. It's the same thing as me going to an evil vigilante group who calls themselves the police and be like, oh, the police aren't to be trusted because look at what these people who are not real police officers call themselves. It's deflection. I'm not afraid to call myself a light worker. But one thing that most light workers do, you know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily, and actually real light workers don't do this, but for someone who works with and for the light, I'm not going to sugarcoat that you also have a seventh house of open enemies and you have challenges and battles you have to fight. You're never going to go through this life kumbaya, peace and harmony with other people. Sometimes you gotta clap back, baby. And this Neptune retrograde, your shadow is gonna clap back if you don't want to. Because some of you have been giving people the benefit of the doubt. Shout out to the Wicked 2K that don't like labels. I feel you on that too. Some of you have, you know what I'm saying? Same thing as Christians corrupting the name of Jesus. You're about to see things for who they are and remove the labels and see people for who they are individually. Okay, this whole, you know, remember there's a light and the dark. No one is purely evil, no one is purely good. It's a fetishization of extremism. Propaganda pushed by some fixed signs too, who you know how extreme fixed signs get. Scorpio, Taurus. If you're not for me, you're against me. If you don't believe everything I believe, then you can't play this wishy-washy stuff. You can't choose. You can't be on both sides. Sorry, honey, that's delusional. Life is not extreme. So if you think like that, you're going to get your ass kicked by this transit because life is light and dark. There's no time where it's just this and it's just that. And you're a child if you feel that if someone is not with you, they're against you. No, it's called harmony. Okay, so this is once again going to reveal who's who. I've been saying for the longest time, not everyone is for the light. Everyone right now is masquerading for the light because if you're openly evil, if you're openly dark, there's laws that are here that thankfully hold you accountable because the real people are out here doing their dark and they're taking responsibility for it. Okay, but this shadow magic integration, Neptune retrograde is going to troll you all and it's going to reveal your darkness. Okay, people are going to be uncharacteristically playing themselves. People are going to Freudian slip and say what they mean because you're not dumb. Just like you can read between the lines, other people can read between the lines. Bunny Moonstone said, how do we protect ourselves? Believing yourself. I hate to say something as cliche as that. You could really burn sage. You could really, you know what I mean? Light candles and do prayers and invocations, but all that is from the derivative of just believing in yourself. If you truly believe that you are protected because your willpower and also because who you're invoking is protecting you, it's that belief that's going to make it stick. Where you can do all this stuff, but if you don't really believe in yourself, it's not going to do anything. So that's really it. But it's funny because you've built the strength within yourself to where you can confront any of this darkness. So trust me, people are going to be revealing their true colors. The magic of Neptune is that it can make someone so delusional that they don't even realize they're playing themselves. A lot of people right now are going to be these idiots who go on Facebook Live and snitch on themselves and be like, yeah, I just did this, I just did that. Watch how people run their mouth or don't run their mouth and speak with their body language. This is why, in order to circumvent this, you have darkness too. The one who's going to lose is the one who's trying to hide it, the one who's trying to dig it in. Don't let people twist your own intimate understanding of your shadow because nobody has a deeper, intimate understanding of your shadow than you. So people will try and twist it and make it look like you have some kind of motives, but this is where you have to stand up for yourself and own your darkness. Own and take responsibility for your darkness. Should it come out about certain things you might have done that are not necessarily the most honorable, okay, you really want to give yourself the opportunity quite primarily to own up for it. Know that, how do I say this? You're dealing with people here who don't necessarily, you're dealing with influences and forces here that don't give a damn about resolving conflict and really just want to twist the perception around you. So if you are showing people your sincerity, this collective shift is awakening everybody. Sincerity talks with Mercury and Cancer. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about showing people your truth so that they can see collectively that you're not trying to lie, you're not trying to deflect. Anyone who's trying to deflect from their responsibility, and let me place this with you, because this is going to happen to everybody. So where you come in is things about your shadow are going to reveal. If you try and deflect it, because certain people will twist it to try and shame you, this is why you need to embrace it. The dark forces want you to be ashamed for your flaws. Shame blocks your sacral chakra. Do not let yourself be shamed. Have pride, or you don't even have to have a deadly sin. Embrace this. It's as simple as that. Let me tell you the level we're going to. Thank you, Diablo, by the way. Okay. Let me once again tell you though how this is gonna work. Because anyone who cares so much about their image, they're going to get their ass kicked. Because they're going to allow themselves to be manipulated by those who blackmail or extort them with certain flaws they have. Oh, if you don't do this the way I want you to do this, I'll tell other people that you do this and that. Someone who does not have an embracing of their insecurities will be manipulated, versus those of you who, if anyone wants to manipulate you with shame, all you got to do is be like, excuse me, I know I did that. I'm not hiding I did that. I don't care if other people want to make an opinion about what I did, because ultimately it's just an opinion. You own up to it. Saturn and Capricorn. No one can manipulate you. This is so important. This is so important because a whole lot of this is going to deal quite primarily with how well you're able to regain your inner strength. Let me tell you this one more time. The people who the structure and the power of people who have gained power through illusion, through deceit, through deception, it's crumbling. This is all they know. So you're going to see this in 6 months from now. People who are respected are not really going to be as respected. People who aren't as respected as they should be, they're going to be so much more respected because they kept it true. So this is a victory. First of all, this is victory for you guys. For any one of you who have kept it true over the past 6 months to 6 years, you've lost friends, you've lost associates, you've gained new friends, you've gained people who align with your tribe because you've kept it true. You've gone through deep psychological or psychosomatic changes in your subconscious because you had to deal with hardcore truths that you didn't run away from, but you embraced. Congratulations. This is victory, because now as your shadow integrates, your work is going to speak for itself. All the work that you've done is going to speak for itself now. And all you have to do is show up for it and be like, yes, I'm responsible, both the good and the bad. This is going to reveal who's fake or who is real. Because if you try and deflect, when people bring shame towards you just for being you, you're going to realize there's no reason to bring shame. And now let me ask you something, because where we're at from now to Saturn and Capricorn is revealing who is who just through their actions. Okay. And what Saturn and Capricorn is going to do, Saturn, people are going to miss the lesson. And I'm going to give you the parable of the prodigal son. It's becoming one of my favorite parables. Okay. So People think that Saturn in Capricorn is all about being the greatest, having the greatest lifestyle. It's just about having integrity. Whether you have $1 million or whether you have $5, okay? Are you still someone who cares about their family? Are you still someone who cares about what you say you do and walk what you talk? Knowing that you're going to make mistakes, Saturn only cares about the purity of your heart. Saturn isn't looking for the person who did everything right. Those are the ones who are going to lose because they lost the point of it. Okay? When is the last compassionate individual or someone who has a pure heart who has looked at what you've done wrong and used it to try and manipulate you? No one of the light does this. So I'm trying to let you know right now, the parable of the wheats and the tares is manifesting itself. That was in the Bible and other sacred manuscripts. We're at Judgment Day, people, and it's time for the tares to be reaped. For the past 6 years, we've been growing together. The people who are on the dark, and not the dark side, but the people whose hearts are for evil and for negativity, and the people who are genuinely doing good, okay? And now their actions are going to speak for themselves. It's too late to try and hide it. So anyone who truly has a heart of purity and love is going to build other people up. Sometimes you build other people up by breaking them down, and you call them out on their BS. And you say, I know everyone else is being your yes man. I don't like what you're doing. Okay. But what's the intent there? You're not breaking them down just to shame them. You genuinely want to help them. Everyone else who's just doing that because they think they know more than they do and they want to project their own insecurity and hate on you, they're of the dark. And I'm telling you this and channeling it this way because you guys, a lot of you guys are giving them the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay, maybe there's something about them. Maybe they can be changed. No, you have to remember this is a decision they have made themselves. And there are going to be people who you have grown up with and would have never realized they've given their hearts to darkness. And now you're on the battlefield and you have to cut them down. Are you going to let them cut you down? Or are you going to still do this whole kumbaya, let's make it work thing? Because some of you are in for a rude awakening. And if some of you want to be that stubborn, you can because it may work for you. Some of you have the juice like that. A lot of you don't. And I'm telling you, choose yourself. Choose the people who care about you. And don't let yourself get played. Because that's the way the darkness works. You will get deceived and you will get manipulated. So don't let people who want to manipulate you. I'm letting you know this so that you know now that Saturn is in Capricorn, you don't have to entertain anybody. You don't have to give time to anybody. Just like Under the Mystic Moon said, time to say bye, Felicia. Anyone who's not interested in your spiritual growth but still wants to critique your process from afar, they can get this clap back. They're useless to you, okay? You don't have to use them. And just like Britt said, what if they're possessed? This is why you still want to maintain that attitude, because you don't want to let the entity that's possessing them cause division between you two and then just bounce to another person. You have to remember, most people who are possessed now have chosen to be possessed. They have fed this dark entity. And the best thing that you can do is to cut them with your light, to tell the truth, and to not hold back. I hope this makes a lot of sense. There are going to be leaders, public figures, ideologies in society that will ravel because they were built upon illusion. And many of you, for the longest time, have spoken out against it. Many of you had the most unpopular opinions about this. And now it's going to come out that you were correct and not crazy the whole time. And people are going to trend it. That's the way to deflect it. Be prepared for people to make light of the fact that you've called this out and act like they always knew the whole time. Unfortunately, that's the fakery that's around. But you don't have to let that get to you. Know and take this as your victory, because this is going to help break you into the next level of trust in yourself. The shadow magic integration has everything to do with, as I told you before, your moon signs are connecting more strongly than your sun signs with other people. So the dark side, or the in some cases evil or dark part of your heart, is going to be expressing itself outward through your habits, through your actions, through what you do. And you cannot suppress it, because you also have light in you too. Yin yang, the dark and the light and the dark. You have been trained to suppress this so you don't come into completion. Release it. Think about why everyone who releases it gets shunned. It's like psychological gang stalking. All right. I'm not talking about, don't deflect, right? I'm not talking about people who don't control this, right? I'm talking about genuine people who create changes and awaken people and now have to get shut down. The nature of this Neptune retrograde is to prepare you for this spiritual war. If some of you start noticing that you're gaining negative energy, if some of you start noticing that you're gaining uncharacteristic glitches, that's because your light is threatening the dark that wants to deceive people. And you're not having to say anything. This is all with your actions. It's not like you're telling people you have to be light. It's with your actions. When people try and ruffle your ego and you respond with compassion, when people try and bring you down to their level and you're not phased, this is going to irk people who you may not have known have given their hearts to darkness a long time ago. Not everyone's a Sagittarius or a Scorpio and can see it from the get-go, or Pisces. Okay, so when is the spiritual war if it's Cancer season but Neptune retrograde is still preparing? First of all, great question. The spiritual war kicked off in Aries season. I've been having you cover in how this has been happening with me. I said that the initial battle will start immediately in Aries season just to get any stuff, and then it cools down in Taurus season. It climaxes in Cancer season, and it resolves in peaceful ass Libra season. Okay, seemingly peaceful ass Libra season. So really keep this in mind, because a lot of this climax is going to now be you taking a stand. Aries season was just being like, this is who I am, and then people raising up to be like, I don't like that. Cancer season is where you take a stand, and everyone who's big mad will project how they feel, and all you have to do is just respond with integrity. Because what's going to happen is, in light of the truth of Gemini season, you're going to see people switch up. You're going to see, when people understand who you really are and you really tap into the feeling of who you are and the emotional tone of who you are, you're going to see some people switch up. Like, oh, I didn't know you were that strong. And this is going to reveal how fake people are, because you can tell how real someone is when they're having to deal with people who they can't gain anything from. And so when you put yourself in a position where you are a force to be reckoned with, they're going to switch up. Anyone who's fake versus anyone who's real. And just because it's real doesn't mean that they're automatically good too. You can have people who are real fake. Okay. So other than that, I hate to throw the F word around, fake this, fake that. When I say fake, I really just mean inauthentic. And trust me when I say, like, every single day for the next 6 months, you're going to be so surprised. There are people specifically in ideologies, eclipse season is upon us, that you have assumed were real because they have millions of people, or just because they have a bunch of followers and sheep following them, who don't have critical thinking decisions. They don't think critically. They don't know how to make decisions for themselves. They look to other people to follow how to live their lifestyle. They're all going to expose themselves, because you're going to tap into your real self, your individuality. And Neptune retrograde is going to show you how a lot of what you have been taught was shadow or evil was not evil at all. It was the dark form of you. It was every bit as beautiful. So you're going to have people who suppress their darkness because they have stuff to hide. And such behavior will reveal their true character, versus those of you who are embracing your shadow and embracing your insecurity and just let it out. Because when you let your darkness out in the light of your consciousness, you can now integrate and harmonize and take facets of your dark that you don't like and balance it with the light. Something that if you're shameful and you're blocking your sacral chakra and you don't embrace your insecurities, you'll never do. This is all about courage. So just make sure you staying true once again. So once again, this is going to happen over the next 6 months. And I want to read in the live chat. This is how I know you've exponentially raised. Do you feel a sense of sureness in yourself? If you were in a room of 50 people and all 50 people were booing at you, would you still have the internal intrinsic sense of confidence to where you still feel confident in yourself because you know none of that can really affect your internal world? If you have this internal locus of control, you won. You have released all the bonds on you. You need to celebrate, okay? Someone said, no, I would cry, okay? And that's not bad either, because some people are empathic. Remember how I said before, some people are water signs. So they feel into the energy. And when I say darkness, I don't necessarily just mean repressed anger. I mean all its manifestations. Some people have water. So a lot of you think that you'll cry because you care. It's not that you care. It's that you're feeling the intensity of the emotions. And Pisces and Cancer is going to release that through tears. So the psychology around how you feel things and be empathic is going to shift too. Super empaths can cry out the tears, right? And still be G inside and still just be like, no, okay, screw that. So don't think that just because you cry, it could just because you're an empath and you're dealing with all this screwed up feelings being projected at you. Because what's happening too is now that you're unfuckwittable, shout out to the 12th house unfuckwittable ones, right? Now that you're working on your internal state, you're able to feel other people's feelings because now you know your state is neutral and you're able to tell what's trying to manipulate you and not. The manipulation is real. The psychological manipulation is real. Every time I do these broadcasts, dark forces get pissed because I reveal more of their tactics and it doesn't work as much anymore. This is years of brainwashing, subliminal messaging that I'm just smacking in the face. And it's nothing that you don't already know. So it's not like I'm some golden pariah giving you some news that is new to you. I'm just trying to remind you of stuff that other people don't have the courage to say because they're either cowards or they don't believe in themselves. You believe in yourself. And I want you to continue to enjoy that because this is your victory here. This is where hard work you have done on yourself is going to manifest itself in life-changing experiences through you in the full merit of your mental strength, having you step through the most evil of situations and you just walk out unscathed because you know your spirit guides don't play that, because you know you have the strength inside. No one can mess with you. And trust me, because you won. Now, this is it. Because you won your own battle, the dark forces cannot take that away from you. All the dark forces can do and will try to do is twist the perception to make it look like you lost. And so everything that you are that's good about you, you will subtly see twisted into something that's bad. Take, let's say, immutable sign energy. The ability to adapt, which is supreme. If you can't adapt, it doesn't matter how strong you are, you're not going to survive. So the ability to adapt and to see both sides will be taken as, oh, you're wishy-washy. The ability to stand for something and stay true will be taken as, oh, you're just stubborn. The ability to open doors and actually use your power to push forward things will be seen as, oh, you're just forceful. It has nothing to do about what you're doing. It has everything to do about taking who you are and making it seem bad so that the people who have numbers can use those numbers so that they can use their illusion of how things seem to make it look like you don't have a victory. But that's the difference between them and you. They're using everything as an external locus. The people doing that don't have any internal strength. That's why it's your victory. Someone who has internal strength is not going to resort to petty tactics. So this is why I'm trying to let you, everything I'm saying, Neptune retrograde is going to really like show to your spirit. So people will be letting themselves and giving away who they are by the expression of their illusions. Neptune retrograde is going to take off that veil. So people who've been walking around putting the fog, it's like you're going to see that they've been deceiving people. You're going to see that they've been pulling strings. That's why I always say, call me out. If I'm ever on some BS, call me out. We'll address it. I'll either agree with it or I'll either disagree with it. But one thing I won't do is try and deflect and be like, oh, well, or make some excuse. I don't have that kind of time. I don't have that kind of luxury. I'm not a Libra or a Capricorn or a Pisces that can kind of finesse my way out of that. I speak the truth. And I want to be as transparent so that you know you don't have to be some special rich billionaire playboy or queen to speak this truth. All you have to be is you. And that's the narrative right now. The narrative is you have to be some kind of successful, you have to be some kind of privileged to get some success you have to get to, but success starts from within. It's intrinsic, it's internal. And your generation and the younger generation is breaking through. You guys see this. You guys see a disconnect. So what's going to happen? More illusions are going to come in and you're ready to cut through it. Your victory is that the illusions that have been used to enslave the masses are not going to work on you. And now you have the opportunity to share that light with someone else who needs to hear it. And they're going to come to you. Someone who may come to you antagonistically may actually be seeking out your truth and you don't know it. And if instead of standing up for your truth, you don't stand up for it and you're timid, they would not have gotten the truth they needed from you because you didn't represent them. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. The people whose hearts are in the dark, they're not lost forever, but I'm trying to let you know, some people whose hearts in the dark, they're there because they were pushed there. They just need someone to take their hand and bring them out. Other people's whose hearts are in the dark, they're there because they have willingly seeked it out. They had the choice to let down their ego and to look for good and to work on themselves, but they wanted to feed that negativity. They want to feed that hate. They go out hating on others, calling it just keeping it real, calling it just joking. You can't fool anyone anymore. This collective shift is going to open everyone's eyes so that they can make this final decision now that Saturn is in Capricorn, okay? So thank you, Alluring Vibes. I feel you on that too. So you know what I mean? This is going to uncover the Leo eclipse. This is going to cover Jupiter moving into Sagittarius and Saturn going direct. So Neptune retrograde is going to introduce divine concepts that you were not ready to accept before. The universe had to make you go through that difficult situation where you had nothing but your faith in yourself to get through it. Because now that you have built that faith, things that you were told back in 2014 that you couldn't accept, you're going to accept now. And it's going to take on a whole new meaning. Some of you are waking up to the realization that you're not even really human. Some of you are waking up to the realization that you connect with beings that other people would not be able to conceive. Some of you are waking up to the realization that you have empathic and telepathic abilities and connections with people that supersede logic, that actually crap all over the face of logic. Some of you are awakening magic that literally defies logic. And so you're having to come with your own internal sense of what is real and what's not real. These are things that when you were being more attacked before and you didn't have as much belief in yourself, you weren't in a position to believe it because you were deliberately deceived. And a lot of this deception To come out of it required believing in yourself, required standing up for unpopular opinions. Once again, this is now where other people who were in a position to believe will see in their real lives that it is true, because nothing real can be threatened. So before I get into the parable and the channeling, I need to say this one more time. And just like Phoenix Rain said, I can't wait to fly though. This is the difference. This is it. This is it. Think about what Pisces means. I believe, period. You either believe that you can fly or not. The reason why you're going to achieve the impossible is because you believed you can do it where no one else believed it, or very few. It's as simple as that. Look at anyone who achieves what we used to think was impossible. They just chose to believe it. It's not like they believed it. Lisa Clay, your intuition is partially blocked because you're holding yourself back and you're giving people the benefit of the doubt. Stop giving people the benefit of the doubt and just don't hold back, okay? And the attacking against you will kind of lessen. But yes, like I'm saying, you either believe it or not. Everyone who's actually believed it has made it happen. The reason why people will never, ever, 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 it's not like when you believe, you just magically believed and then it happened. You had to go on that journey. You had to believe and be shown certain things before it happened. Or some of you believe it and it happens. That's the power of integrated belief. You either believe, like there are people who don't believe they can fly. We call them regulars. We call them muggles. All right, it is what it is. It's easy for me to say because I have done supernatural magic. I have healed myself of stuff that doesn't even affect me, to the point where I had to smack myself in the face and be like, damn, I really do have to take this seriously. I've seen magic from other people. That's one of my superpowers. I can see other people's powers and I can help foster that and help people believe in that. It's one of the coolest things ever. The reason why I enjoy being me is because I get to experience you guys, which is more awesome. All right. So really keep that in mind. You either believe or not. For those of you who believe you can fly, I promise you, listen, Jupiter is going to be in Sagittarius when Neptune goes direct. You will fly. You will fly. Are you ready? This is why I said this is victory, guys. This is what a lot of you have been desiring forever. Not just to fly, but to bring yourself beyond those self-perceived limits. Neptune retrograde is here to do that for you. And it requires all your belief. Okay? Trust me. There are people. That's it, bro. You either believe you can fly and touch the sky or no. And there's a lot of you who have not flied. So do you truly believe it? Do you truly know? It's okay with knowing you can fly, but not knowing how to yet. Because you know you can drive a car. You believed you can drive a car, but you didn't always know how to drive that car. It's not like you're like, okay, driving a car is real. I could believe I could drive a car. And then you just start driving. You had to learn. You had to have lessons, okay? Because no one believes that you can fly, you don't have anyone. You have driver school that people teach you. You don't have any integrated services to teach you how to fly. We're not in the 2040s yet when you will learn how to fly like that. Okay, it's a very small sect. And we're stepping into the next level, which is after Saturn. There's nothing normal about Neptune. Neptune is strange. So the more delusional you feel, the better. You're not delusional though. That's the key. You're actually going to have to, at some point, suspend your rational logic mind, because a lot of what you thought was logical, rational, and critical was actually false and fake. It was just limited consciousness, but you're breaking into unlimited consciousness. Embrace Neptune, but there is a cost to embracing Neptune. Whenever you embrace Neptune, Neptune wants to make you look strange. Neptune wants to kill your ego. A lot of people want to embrace Neptune in an egoic way. They want to be the most spiritual. A lot of people want Neptune so that they can be popular spiritual. They want to be a popular magician. They want to be a popular spiritualist who gives people advice and who gives people all the answers they want so that they can be the spiritual pariah. Neptune sees through that. The first thing Neptune does is it makes you look strange. Neptune kills your ego. And it's like, okay, well, I'm going to make sure you lose all these fake friends who you think care so that you can see what this is really about. Neptune doesn't care about anything. That's why it's a gas substance. It's meant to help dissolve you from the falsities of vanity. 98+%, if not everything in this life, is vanity. It's meaningless. It's all about image. It's not about what's real inside. So certain people can die, and then, of course, we're on to the next new news story. This is your opportunity, once again, to break past this. And shout out to those of you connecting with your tribe. Don't short circuit yourself. The key to mastering this transit is to embrace irrational ideology that you at some level don't think is possible, but you will show yourself is. And this will fully, you know what I'm saying, release you from that. So RIP to my fake friends and old friends. We are going to do a body hack right now. So stay tuned. After I pull cards for the signs before the super chat, we're going to do a homework and body hack. Okay. This body hack is a funeral. Okay. So we're going to conduct a funeral for everyone who has been inauthentic to you. Thank you, Golthrax. We're going to do a collective funeral. This is going to cut cords to a certain level of everyone who you're no longer ready to invest energy into. There's still going to be a one-sided projection from this force. Once you do this funeral, these people will be dead to you, and they're going to feel it on their end, and they're going to call you, and they're going to try and telepathically regain that, but they're dead to you. So you're going to move forward. This will change your life overnight because of the bonds, and because we have Scorpios watching this too. So this funeral ritual is going to be lit. Okay, so if you're ready for that, let's go. Okay, other than that, now that I've kind of gone through a little bit of the technicals, I'm going full fish tart. I'm channeling. Okay, this is going to lose a lot of you. This is going to lose a whole lot of you, but some of you, this is the life you live. So I'm talking directly to you, especially for those of you who have been made. This is especially for Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Pisces, okay? Because Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Pisces, you letting too many people disrespect you. For you, who actually is in the upper echelon of signs, you letting too many people disrespect you. You letting too many people act like they know what you see. You guys are the ones who see into these other realities. You guys see ghosts. You guys experience the unseen subatomic particle, quantum level physics reality that can't be explained into words. And you're letting other people who don't know crap talk about, oh, you're delusional. Oh, you're crazy. First of all, stop trying to explain yourself. You're talking about spiritual wisdom that if people choose to go inside, they will get. So stop trying to let other people make you do their job. Because Pisces, you're getting played like this. You're letting other people make you do their job for them. You're only meant to show them magic is possible. It's up to them to believe it. All you can do is take them to the door. But people want you to take them to the door. Then they want you to explain the door to them. Then they want you to walk them through the door. Stop it. If they want to be children and not walk through that door, that's up to them, my friends. Okay, so the Pluto retrograde transit is not going to be retrograde that much longer. And as I was talking about, that's a Walking Dead transit. All right. Before I get into the channeled, I'm going to channel this in a story. Okay, I'm going to speak in parables. So some of you, this is going to, oh my gosh, some of you, this is definitely going to speak to. Remember, I'm talking in parables. Whenever you talk about higher energy that doesn't have form and it's in the realm of archetypes ready to get manifested, I have to take parables and stories so that you can come with a literal way. And just like Liz 626, some of you, that's your language. So the first parable is the parable of the prodigal son. Okay, the prodigal son left his affluent family, took his birthright, all his money, tried to make it out in the world, squandered it, screwed up like a dumbass, wasted all his money, ended up being fed worse than the pigs. And then he realized, you know what? I need to go back home. This is not for me. And so he goes back home thinking, you know what? Maybe I could just try and work with my pops. Maybe I could just try and like get a servant job. Maybe he'll take me back there. Little did he know, his pops threw a party for him. His pops threw a party for him. Okay? And it's like, oh, my son is back. Let's get it. Yeah. You all right? A lot of people, they would get disowned. Their parents don't truly love them. Oh, you embarrassed my family name? You caused disgrace on my name? Don't come back. No, this dude's father is real. Oh, he's back. Hey, oh, y'all go make some cake. We must party. We will party right now. Yes. Oh my gosh, dude's dad was turning up to the point where even he was like, wait, is this right? Okay. You know how you guilty, so you can't party as much. But the dad was going in like, yes, I've been praying for this day. I've been praying for this day. Always hold people who will always believe in you. Always hold them tight. Okay. And of course, you know what I'm saying? The brother was salty. The brother was salty as hell. Like, what do you mean? Why are you throwing a party for this person? He didn't do anything right. He didn't do nothing right. He did everything wrong. I did everything right. I did what I was supposed to do. I didn't get a party. What the hell? What the hell, Dad? What the hell? And the dad was just like, don't be a salty hater, homie. Don't be a salty ass hater. Your brother was lost and now he's found. And we're celebrating the change in heart, not the external stuff, not them coming back and him bringing millions of dollars. The change in heart, that is the spark and the start for everything to happen. Okay? And that's the lesson of this parable. There's so many people who are that brother. All right, there's so many people who you do bad stuff and all they're going to do is focus on the bad. The moment they never want to talk about you actually having a true change of heart. And it's those people who literally make it hard for people to have a change of heart. It's because of people like that. Other people don't have others to empathically connect to. How can somebody do better when everyone they try and turn to sees them as a criminal, sees them as a fellow, sees them as someone that they can't respect? And even if that person genuinely had a change of heart, how are they going to not go back to that life of darkness when they're judged? Thank God there's rare people who can still see the change of heart and celebrate it. So you're going to have a lot of people when judgment day comes, when it's time to go to heaven, you're going to have a lot of people who are like, what? This person did all sorts of bullshit in their life. How come they're coming in? And it's like, it's not about that. It's about your inner state. Oh, this person didn't go to the military. This person didn't vote. This person didn't do anything uplifting for society. That's going to let you know where people's hearts are at. You're going to have a lot of those people. And that's not going to take away from your victory. Okay. And I'm not even going to say, most of you watching, you're not this prodigal son, but I'm just using this parable in the sense where it applies to everybody, where everybody has fallen short and now they're rising up and ascending. Don't let that accuser energy stop you. There's always that hater. There's always that person who feels you don't deserve whatever success or happiness you get. Tell them to stop being a damn salty hater and just party, party, party. It is what it is. Okay. But to be more serious here, though, a whole lot of how you personally shift is going to have much to do with a lot of your internal strength. The period we're getting through, okay, it is very important because with this Neptune retrograde, you have to fully integrate everything that's dark about you with yourself. We just put in the Lucy drive. So now your suppressed darkness, in order for you to gain wholeness and completion, to ascend to the next level, you have to take your light, you have to take your dark and fuse it. Never, ever have you been ever able to put a positive charge in a battery and the positive and it turns on. It doesn't work like that. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. It's the negative to the positive polarity. That's what makes things activate. You must integrate your shadow with your positive and develop this chi. And as this integrates, this is going to bring up stuff you were taught was bad. You were taught was evil, but you're going to see it in a new way. And you can only do that through the embracing of your insecurities and through believing in yourself. So this story, this parable, this channeled message that I have to tell you goes as such. And the reason why this will speak to some of you is because some of you have already known about this, but you were a little bit, you know how you have intuitions you don't want to believe because if they're true, it actually means something way too more serious than you may be prepared to handle. This is kind of like that energy. Oh my God. So back when Saturn was in Scorpio, a lot of people died. That killed a lot of people. When I say we're in The Walking Dead, I mean we're in The Walking Dead. And this is why there's a disconnect. Because there's not a, like the rapture has already happened. The rapture's already happened. Judgment Day is here. Like a lot of these crazy apocalyptic stories we've been told, they don't have literal meaning to where the sky's going to fall apart. It's all intrinsic. It's all spiritual. It's all in the mental states of people. Death is not when you breathe your last breath. That's a passing on. Death is when your heart stops, spiritual, when you stop loving and you don't do things that you love. When you're just moving, there's a lot of people moving in on autopilot. So there's a lot of dead people. The archons are collecting souls. All right. There's a lot of dead people walking around in autopilot with no purpose in their life. They don't know why they're here. They're living and they're breathing, but they're just empty vessels for the demon clan that got resurrected and these higher celestial quantum space lords who can possess mind drones with their frequencies. And so you have a lot of people who are heartless, mindless, and literally just go along their day with, once again, no purpose. Their souls are being harvested and they're being possessed. Now, given this collective evolution, those who have decided not to fight for themselves and believe in themselves, they're walking ghosts, they're walking possessions. This is the battle. A lot of people are given, a lot of these people who are dead, they can resurrect. This is why Scorpio is transformation, but it's not really death because people die a lot in one lifetime. You can, your spirit can transform and you're no longer the same. Does that make sense? So a lot of people who are dead inside and possessed, you're going to have encounters with to where you can slay the spirit possessing them and breathe new life into them. And this has happened to some people already, where you break them out of a bad habit that they seem to be entranced by. And because you're not being a yes man and you're telling them the truth of who they are and what they're doing, it snaps them back out. And it's like you breathe life into them and you regain purpose in their lives. You don't do this by shoving your ideologies down their throats. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And a lot of you are shifting out of this guru consciousness because you're ready to teach your own personal magic through your own personal experiences. Okay. It's very important because it's very important because what was just an abstract concept is going to be a stark reality. And it's definitely going to be something that you see because over the past 6 months and 6 years, this negativity, right, has grown. The seeds in people's hearts. You have been watering positive seeds. And now the positive nature of the good and bad parts of yourself are manifesting. Just like the nature of the vampires and the habits of negative beings that have possessed other vessels will also evolve. This evolution is definitely just objective. It's not a good or bad thing. So a lot of you will start to see these mythical concepts manifested by people who have willingly embodied it. And this is why I say this is the climax of the spiritual war. Because a lot of these people who are being possessed are going to mindlessly be used to, like sheep, follow ideology that they don't even truly believe in. They're just following to believe. And you're going to be a target because you stand up for your own truth. It's as simple as that. And you can stand your ground or you can let yourself be defeated. But you have that intrinsic value and strength, so you won't be defeated. And it's as simple as that. Okay? You're going to gain a lot more power and you're going to gain a lot more technique through the challenge. It's like finding out your moveset while being in battle. So like Billy and Forever said, vampires, werewolves, and zombies are out here. Handlers are being sent. All right. It has nothing to do about the intelligence level of someone. It's not like the more smart you are, the less you feel about this. It has everything to do about you finally grounding etheric existential concepts that you were told are just myth, that you were told is just imagination, but your imagination is a real thing. That's the most ironic part of it. Your imagination is a real thing. Let me twist your mind right now. What if everything you've ever imagined got created and now has its own vibration? What if you were a conscious creator and you have to be so responsible for your thoughts that the negative entities you create and the positive entities you create, you now have to deal with? This is what I mean when I say the shadow magic integration is going to make real everything you've ever imagined, and you're going to have to deal with it now. For the monsters you people have imagined in your head, it's going to possess other people and manifest in real form, and you have to now control it. You have to defeat that. You have to accept whatever positives you've imagined, right? It's that real. And a lot of people are not necessarily going to be able to handle the own weight of their own projections. This is a projection frame warfare, and people will be projecting their insecurities on you. Cosmic Christie said, thoughts are reality. Your imagination is a real thing. Thoughts are things. You either believe it or not. Don't let these cowards who are afraid to believe in their own magic make you believe in their own insecurities. And yes, that was definitely a Making Monster shout out. If anything, I'm gonna make the link right now to that Making Monster SoundCloud track. It's done by a Sagittarius and it'll speak to you. Okay. I didn't even realize that actually fits so perfectly. Good looks, bro. Shout out to Mojo Spade. See if I can comment it on the actual video too. So this is where you gain greater victory through fighting through your own flaws, okay? This is why you need to embrace your negativity. When Ichigo wanted to master Bankai, he had to fight his dark self. And this dark self asked him, or to master his own hollow form, right? His dark self asked him, what's the difference between a horse and its king? Though everything that the king can do, the horse is strong enough to do this as well. All right. So why is it that the king rides on the horse? It's instinct. All right. You're going to have things twisted to where it's not about if you're right, wrong. It's about you stay true to how you feel. And some of you are sincere and you mean well. So you can think that somebody is trying to argue with you on a logical basis. And that's just subtext for them to subconsciously really just get you to doubt yourself. Trust me, this intellectual superiority wave is going to reignite itself where people feel they're too cool for school to work on their heart. People are going to take this conscious news that I'm talking about and we're talking about and dumb it down as if we're just some positive speaking mumbo jumbo charlatans. Let me tell you something. I'm going to be 100% real with you. I'm fully aware that all this hard work I'm doing could be completely thrown under the bus and undermined. My persona, my image could be completely tattered. Somebody on a major news network can take they can take clips of stuff I say and make it look with false accusations that I am this person. I don't care about my image. I don't care about all that at the end of the day because none of that matters. If I care about my image and I allow myself to get manipulated, then I'll let myself get pacified. I know all that is deception and illusion. There will come a time where people are saying the peace dealer is a pseudoscientific charlatan and he deceives people and he scams people out their money. But I don't care about any of that because right now I'm connecting really with you. You guys really see I'm sincere. You guys really see I'm not with that fake shit. That's why I have 232 likes and 576 views. We're connecting together. I am just a messenger telling you the truth. And I know no matter how much things may be twisted about me, I walk and I stand my truth. All that extra shit, all having a follower, I don't need 1 million followers. I don't need thousands of people following me. It's for right now. And it's for the people that are tuning in right now, getting these like codes. That's all that matters because you're going to take this and you're going to share it with other people and what you already know. Okay, and I'll keep on saying it. I don't care if I'm making $1 million. I don't care if I'm making $5. It doesn't matter about that. It just matters that every week I spread the message. If something happens because people lie and I lose like more than half of my subscribers, I'm not going to end my YouTube channel. I'm going to keep on saying the messages because that's what I'm here to do. And that's what's going to separate those who do this out of convenience and those who do this because it's their destiny. I have nothing to hide. Like I walk with the truth. Anything that I need to be held in integrity, that's why I want you guys to call me out because I have blind spots. I might do things that I don't know are wrong. And I want to know that I'm wrong so that I can change and be better versus someone who doesn't want to admit it because they want to be right all the time. I'm totally fine. But when people project falsities, opinions, and their useless feelings about why they feel I should change, I don't have to let that affect me because I know it doesn't come from a genuine place. And in this lifetime, you have people who hide behind the truth and reality, even though their hearts are negative. Let me give you an example, okay? You have someone who doesn't care about you. You have someone who hates you and they don't wish the best for you, but they're putting on a mask in public and it's like, oh, this person did this, that's wrong. This person did that, that's wrong. And so they're making it look like they care about what you're doing that's right or wrong when they don't. They're just using that as a ploy to manipulate you. I'm saying you guys already see through that. So don't let people use that to stop you. This is where you come back up and be like, yes, I did do that wrong. I don't care. Trust your feelings. Trust your heart. Trust the vibes you read, because this is what's going to cut past. And when you call people out like that, their ulterior motives are exposed. Everyone's exposing themselves. You don't have to expose other people. Everyone is exposing themselves. Everyone's evolving. Everyone's shadow is coming out. And a lot of your shadows are not as bad as you've been made to feel. Some of it is, and you get to integrate it with your light. And it is what it is. Thank you, Sharon. All right. Thank you, Shannon Southard. Thank you, everybody. We're in this together. So I'm going to pull the cards right now for the Zodiac signs. And all I have to say is your divine self, your higher self, your magic self, your super self is going to integrate with all these other concepts and themes. There are people astral projecting, all right now, just to send negative intent your way. There are people who you're in rooms with who put on a face, but in their minds and in their hearts, they're thinking negativity. This subconscious part of you is going to respond before your conscious mind. You need to trust that. All right. You are on the battlefield right now. Love you too, Rafa Baba. Always keeping it real. All right. You are on the battlefield right now. Stop bringing flowers to a battlefield. Trust the post-traumatic stress disorder you are feeling, like Energy 007 said, because that PTSD is not just some illness. It's your subconscious telling you something. It's telling you something that you need to listen to. Listen to every single one of your flaws. Listen to every single one of your challenges. There's a message there. Don't sweep it under the rug. Don't suppress it. That ugly part of you that you're afraid to show to the world, look at that. Look at that. Dissect that. Don't hide it. Who cares if anyone's going to judge you for it? They're irrelevant to you if they're going to do that. Anyone who's meaningful to you would look at that and look at you as a whole. Anyone who's real does not look at parts of people. They look at people as a whole. They look at the good. They look at the bad. That's objectivity at its finest. And those people are rare. So it's okay if you don't come across them, because you're rare too. And just keep in mind, the more you call in on your soulmate group, the better. Okay, so we're gonna pull this cards and we're gonna do this funeral, and it's gonna work. Okay, so I'll be right back. Let me get these cards actually. Woo. Woo. Awesome. So other than that, Neptune retrograde is going to skyrocket your intuitive and your magic potential. Now, when we consider the world of subjectivity, there's a subjective sense of how your intuition is going to take information based on your own personal experience. So you use your mind for the objectivity and you use your intuition for your subjectivity. Your intuition throughout this Neptune retrograde is going to reveal things that are completely opposed to established conventional knowledge, which are lies, and to established thought. And you must roll with it. It's only going to make sense to you and your soul tribe, and that's okay. In fact, in some cases, it may be, yes, electric crystals, you can smoke weed during this time. In some cases, it may even be an illusion. And just because it's an illusion, it's just temporary, given the way things are now. You may be picking up on changes that occur, so your intuition can pick up on things that aren't real now, but will be soon. So your intuition is going to evolve with this grand water trine. And it's very important that you don't necessarily stop yourself because it's not the most objective. Know that this same mark of objectivity could actually be used to deceive you. You're not really just believing in the subjective intuition in light over of everything, but you want to harmonize it with your other decisions, okay? Very important. For example, you may get the intuition that you're not human. You're actually a tuna fish sandwich. And you've been a tuna fish sandwich trapped in a human body your entire life. Okay, this is why you hate when people eat tuna. And that does not make any objective sense. Like, how can you be a tuna fish sandwich, right? But it's just your intuition trying to use words as best as it can to break down some abstract knowledge, okay? How this manifests for real could be your friend giving you a tuna fish sandwich. So you see how you being a tuna fish sandwich versus you predicting that you would get a tuna fish sandwich doesn't connect at all. It doesn't mean you being a tuna fish sandwich and having it. It's just to give you a connection. So just believe it, but take it with a grain of salt. Okay, like don't dismiss it just because it doesn't make sense. You're gonna see synchronicities about it, and it's something that you want to embrace. Okay, so shout out to my tuna fish sandwiches out there, and for those of you who believe in the flying spaghetti monster. Okay, the reason why this is going to happen is in order for you to gain a new sense of objectivity, Neptune wants to make some of you go crazy. Neptune wants to make you lose your mind so that you can come back in your mind with a whole new different perspective. And let me give you an example. Some of you are going to levitate and fly for the first time ever. So it's like, if you've never flown, all you know is a world of not flying, driving, taking the bus. To angels, driving is a very slow method of transportation, and flying plane too, because we can teleport, we can fly, right? So until you fly, it's like you have to get out your mind. You have to go through an experience that takes you away from what was objective. Because after you fly, your mind is going to have new objective codes. It's like, wait a minute, I've flown. So now what I knew to be true isn't true anymore. And I'm having to completely rechange how I see what's factual. We could use that same analogy for someone who's never driven a car before. Okay, so when it comes to the supernatural integration, right now you've activated and evolved your supernatural power. The dark facets of you and the light facets have expanded. Now it's integrating so that you can practically manifest this now that Uranus is in Taurus, and your mudras are more powerful, and what you physically do is more powerful. It gets stronger, just like MK said, okay? And so you are going to have, during Cancer season, you're going to go full fish target. And this is for water signs, and for fire signs, this is going to be easy. For air signs and earth signs, this could be hard, because this is going to, like, for those of you who have a very active imagination, you're straight. If you have 12th house, 8th house, you don't have to worry, because Neptune will help you out here. Okay, it's like you'll have to really be okay with completely being right-brained and being very not so rational, and it's temporary. This is so that you can feel feelings and charge. Sometimes you have to imagine something that's not real so that you can evoke a feeling and then attract that frequency, right? So you're going to simulate, you're going to have synchronicities and strange experiences like you're in the twilight zone. And if you feel like you're going crazy, keep going to that. Some of you may not necessarily do this, okay? And it's going to be very frustrating. Don't fight this process. If you find that you're losing sanity, it's not that you're losing sanity. You're allowing more of your mind to just detach from the critical need to be objective temporarily. Once we're back into Leo season, you'll gain your objectivity back, but it will be in light of this supernatural integration. So trust me when I say Alice in Wonderland. Dara asked, will we really have a choice, really? Not really. Like, I'm letting you know, like, everyone around the world is about to be delusional for a hot minute. And this is where I'm saying they're going to be revealing themselves because they're not going to have the presence of mind to not say things they're not supposed to say. And this is why I got to listen to people, because they're going to give themselves away. That's why those people who are pure heart, they have nothing to hide. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that. So trust me, what I'm trying to tell you is a very unorthodox concept. It's not the most responsible to kind of give you this advice, but I'm not here to tell you or sugarcoat things. I'm just here to tell you the truth. A lot of you are going to simulate some psychotic method of like delusion and illusion, and you want to embrace this. It's going to feel like you're delusional, but you're not being delusional. It's a higher reality that you're not aware of that's going to change your habits. And it's going to be amazing because it took all these months for you to be able to witness these synchronicities, okay? So certain things that you felt were illusion and myth, they're going to take on a very real presence, and just roll with it. Just roll with it. For those of you who have the courage to, it's going to pay off. You're going to have victory the whole transit. For those of you who let shame block it, you're going to miss out. And you're going to rob yourself of the opportunity to experience divine magic. The type of magic that craps on logic just to let you know there's a higher reality. Okay? Will this happen slowly or fast? Both. It's going to be, in the grand scheme of things, lightning quick, and your own personal experience pretty slow. And this is going to help dissolve the bounds of time on your soul that you have forced yourself to believe was real, because you have forced yourself to live on a 9-to-5 schedule, or a schedule where you're awake during the day and asleep at night. Some of you have been having insomnia. Some of you can't keep a regular schedule because your soul is awakening. And so it's breaking free of the subconscious subtle programming meant to chain you down, bound by time. This is what's making you slowly go crazy, because your energy is wanting to express itself, but by your habits, you're suppressing it. Don't suppress it. A lot of you going through insomnia, it's not because you just can't sleep. It's because you're having ascension symptoms that are ridiculous. And it's not that you're just not sleeping. You're downloading a lot of information. You're a lot more active. The repetition of this is building new habitual patterns to change your sleep schedule. But there's something that's not logical about this going on too, and that's just the magic that's slowly but surely, because remember, the reason why this magic doesn't just happen is because Neptune doesn't go through a sign in a day. If Neptune went through signs like the moon goes through signs, we would see magical changes every day. But Neptune takes its time. Pluto takes its time. Saturn takes its time. This is deep subconscious knitting, to where every day you have to see a certain psychological impulse to teach your subconscious, so that when you see a ghost just materialize, you're not going to freak the hell out. You, over the last 4 years, were introduced to concepts. You were introduced to the possibility of synchronicities. Some of you would be so afraid if your spirit guides just showed themselves to you. Some of your spirit guides don't have friendly human figures, and they look like monsters. Okay. And so you might have just been so afraid. So they had to slowly let you know they exist, slowly send synchronicities, slowly open your mind up to the possibility, because your spirit might be ready, but your mind might go into shock. And even though you're open to this concept, you can have a heart attack because you see an angel with its glory. If you've ever read any manuscripts, when people say see angels or extraterrestrials, it's never a moment where it's like, oh my God, it's an angel. Oh my God, holy shit, what the fuck? Oh, whoa, oh no, damn. It's real. It's real. There's nothing cool about that shit. You're seeing something your mind isn't used to seeing. You have to slowly integrate yourself. And that's what has happened. So that when these spirits come out, and I'm just using the example of spirits, there's so many different like expressions of this. It doesn't have to be as extreme as spirits. I literally just split the deck and I got the magician card, right? This infinite nature that you're opening and awakening is definitely going to allow yourself to finally open up to magical realities through magical portals that you didn't know you could access because you were deliberately deceived to make believe that they were just reserved for the realm of imagination, mythology, and just child's play. Some of you can whoop up a mirror dimension right now and walk through that hole and walk into a separate dimension. Okay, this is the percentage of people who awaken to this is a lot. My spirit guide is Captain Yamamoto. Shout out to Jamaru. Yamamoto did not play. Okay, so think about that. How within your imagination you could take mythical concepts and with your belief instill life and realness in them. That is the supremacy of Pisces, my friends, to where your imagination is just as real as this real world. So keep that in mind. We don't say that atoms or other such microscopic particles aren't real, even though we can't see them with the microscope. We know they're real, just like imagination. Okay, so other than that, you really want to allow yourself to integrate the supernatural energy, because over the next 6 months, this is where you're going to develop your Hatsu. This is where you're going to develop the presence of mind that's going to allow you to manifest something supernatural. Quote me on this, my friends. Many of you have already done this, but again, within this next 6 months or 5 months, by or before November, you're going to levitate. You're going to fly. You're going to do something that is so, it's a psychic breakthrough. The shadow magic integration is a spiritual and psychic breakthrough that will fundamentally change your life. And the purpose of this is over the next 6 months to get you used to this, so that once we step into Jupiter and Sagittarius, into the divine race, you're used to it and you're ready for a whole new world of these concepts being integrated in your real day reality, to where the whole notion of seeing spirits is not just some novelty where it's like, oh my God, I saw a spirit today. Once we step into Jupiter and Sagittarius, it's part of your day. It's, oh, I went to the store and 2 people's spirit guides had to relay messages so that I could tell that person. Or, oh, I went to the movies and I had to actually be a medium for someone's dead grandma. Like, it's not novelty. Like, this is the future. Okay, so you're going to have during Cancer season and now a moment, a life-changing moment that makes real for you. Up until now, everything that has just been signs. The reason why you've been getting signs, the reason why you've been getting synchronicities, the reason why your spirit guides have been letting you know, hold on, homie, this ain't just in your head, is because it's ready to be real. It's here. I promise you guys, if you didn't have the synchronicities before, if you didn't go through the difficulty you've gone through before, and this just happened, some of you would have done the magic and you wouldn't believe it. You'd be like, it's a coincidence. So some of you had to go, the reason why you had to go through that negativity, that loneliness, that insomnia, that depression, was to show you your negativity, have you integrate it, and now come back into the light and reclaim victory. Because this is not just Jupiter in Sagittarius. This is Jupiter going into Sagittarius ever since Jupiter started its cycle in Aries. This is Jupiter in Sagittarius, where the last time it was in Sagittarius, Uranus was in Pisces. Okay, it wasn't in Aries, and now it's going to be in Taurus, if not retrograded back into Aries. So this is the real deal. This is what many people and ancients wanted to reincarnate back into this lifetime. You're alive for it. You are the vanguard. You are the one who's going to do things that no one else has ever done, because there's only one you. Yeah, there are copycats out there, but they're not the true you. Okay, so remember that. Know that the more you embrace this, it's going to emit a frequency to non-believers who work for the spirit police, so that they can just project their own non-belief in themselves on you. It's nothing that you have to let bring you down. It's everything that you want to make you stronger with. The love and the dislike, okay? Because ultimately, this is your story and this is your life. And it's ready to activate in a way to where you can harness limitless power, so there's nothing stopping you. And we're here. Okay, so Aries, Aries moon, Aries rising. We have the Hangman. This is definitely going to have you sacrifice your mortal self to your immortal self, so that you can actually, through surrender, harness greater power. Your prophetic power is going to activate, and there's a huge transformation in your personality that this Neptune retrograde transit is going to bring. Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles. All right, for Taurus, Taurus moon, Taurus rising. This Neptune retrograde is going to have all the hard work and the smart work you've done pay itself out. I mean, it has the Magician and the Star card, Taurus, so you're winning. You worked hard for this yourself, and all of this over the next 5 months is going to pay itself off. You're going to have so much more money and resources to just splurge on yourself. So congratulations, Taurus. Gemini, Gemini moon, Gemini rising. We have the Tower card. There's going to be a sudden awakening. And honestly, Gemini, you're going to be a rude awakening for a lot of people. This is going to be instant change that raises your kundalini, and in a lot of senses can usher in very passionate new beginnings. This is a necessary upheaval, Gemini. So things are going to shake up in your life, and it's going to rid the falsities and allow what is needed to move forward, okay? Cancer, Cancer moon, Cancer rising. We have the Three of Cups. This is talking about celebration, and this is also talking about profound happiness, okay? This is going to allow you very powerfully to connect with people you like. So find friends to celebrate your accomplishments with, okay? Also, for those of you who have an iPhone, I have Instant Go. If you want a twin flame reading or a soulmate reading, or you want an oracle card reading, I offer those now. And all you need to do is add that on your app, okay? Something I'm using is pretty dope, okay? For those of you who want to shoot me text messages, I can totally answer any questions that you have too on that app, all right? Leo, Leo moon, Leo rising. We have the Nine of Pentacles for you as well, which is definitely pairing with the Four of Pentacles. You're making serious money, all right? For Leo and Taurus, serious money. I'm talking about like the type that will change your whole financial situation. You're going to be financially independent, Taurus and Leo. All right. I mean, some of you already are. So this is just speaking more of you enjoying the fruits of your labor. Okay. Virgo, Virgo moon, Virgo rising. Shout out to all these people watching now. You guys are awesome. Don't stay tuned. We're going to do this funeral session. Okay. For all the ops, for all the people who are throwing negativity at you, this is going to be powerful. Virgo, Virgo moon, Virgo rising. We have the Temperance card. So this archangelic support is going to bring things to facilitate transformation, but you're going to be engaging in higher level alchemy. And this is really just going to create more balance in your life. This Neptune retrograde is going to have you practice moderation so that you take out extremes in your life and you experiment with new things so that you can augment your lifestyle. But if you found your lifestyle has been chaotic or boring, it's going to balance it. This is a really good card. Okay. Libra, Libra moon, Libra rising. We have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune for you is talking about, oh shit, it actually comes with the Two of Cups. So faded love. It's actually talking about expansion, evolution, as well as you being in a position to evolve a lot of your spirit. In other words, you're going to the next level. That's all I could say. Scorpio, Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising. We have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is talking about you being watched. Someone is spying on you. This is not even news. And you already know this, Scorpio. So if you think someone's spying on you, they're spying on you. This is letting you know that, just continue to move smart because someone's got their eye. They're obsessed. You got people obsessed over you, Scorpio. What the fuck is going on? This is weird as hell. All right. Be very mindful because I don't think it's any kind of fruitful discussion. Just know you got eyes on you, yo. And I mean, some of you are being investigated. Some of you have your phones tapped. Like, I would truly just assume anyone you don't know that well who's talking to you is recording the conversation. So just keep that in mind, okay? No, they're not good intentions, because if they were good intentions, they'd be open about it. So just keep that in mind. Some creepy shit. Sagittarius, Sagittarius moon, Sagittarius rising. We have the Seven of Cups, okay? This is definitely talking about altered states of consciousness, but it's also talking about escapism, and it's talking about really watching out for these tendencies, because Neptune retrograde is in your 4th house, and it's important because a whole lot of your energy is going to bring negative deception, but you can't run away from it either, okay? And yeah, people, I don't really lurk. People be lurking on me. I know I joke about lurking, but I have better things to do. People be lurking on me though, and I'm cool with that. I'm a little bit different. If you stalk me or lurk on me, that kind of feeds my ego. So, you only have the peace deal to be looking at. Let me just flex my ego real quick. And for those of you who want to lurk on me, you have my permission. If you want to stalk my page, just don't stalk me in real life on any creepy shit. But if you want to lurk on your boy, I mean, why wouldn't you lurk on me? It's me we're talking about here. Let me just get all unreasonably arrogant here. But yes, it is what it is. I know some of you are eye rolling. I have a 1st house sun. All right, so I'm pretty selfish, but it is what it is. Sagittarius, this 7 of Cups is important because people lurk on me. Gemini, that is so Gemini. It's so very important because you kind of can't. You're gonna see multiple options, Sagittarius, and none of them, everything that glitters isn't gold, but you still kind of have to see the altered states. It's gonna help facilitate something. Just don't get too caught up in it. All right. Capricorn, Capricorn moon, Capricorn rising. Yeah, Scorpios be lurking hard. So it's like the lurker is getting lurked on. That's so ironic. Capricorn, we have the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Swords. Don't ironically let your responsibilities hold you back, because I think some of you are letting the work you're doing be an excuse as to why you're stuck. And most of these responsibilities you don't really even need to have on your plate. So just keep that in mind. You're definitely going to come through success with this, but just be real with yourself and don't try and let any burden be an excuse for why you're stuck. You're doing it to yourself is basically what I'm saying. You might have to drop some of these just for your own freedom, really. So keep that in mind. Don't do too much. Don't let people dump responsibility on you too, because they're going to try and do that as well. Aquarius, Aquarius moon, Aquarius rising. We have the Fool card. So there's a new chapter and a new adventure for you. Oh, this comes with the strength. So this new chapter is your super self. Oh, keep that in mind, guys. Leo season is coming soon. So every Aquarius is about to evolve right now. And you guys aren't ready. If you're not an air sign, you're not ready. Like it's, if you guys are intimidated or whatever by Aquarius now, they're about to just evolve into their super selves. They've been waiting for this for so long because this 12th house Capricorn has been trying to hater block them so hard. And yeah, it's here. So this is going to be very awesome. All right. It's like, and what I mean by this is like they were born, Pisces and Aquarius are born too strong and too magic. So for like the first 25 to 35 years of their life, they can't access their full power because they have to have their body and vessel be used to this first before they download it. So Pisces got it with the South Node in Pisces, and Aquarius is getting it with the South Node in Aquarius. So their true strength is now ready to integrate in their body. Okay, for those of you who are over 35 years old, you already got this upgrade, but you're getting an even greater upgrade. So I mean, I'm just jealous because I'm not getting an upgrade like that. That's cool. Pisces, Pisces moon, Pisces rising. Why do we still have the Two of Swords? I got this before for you. Hold on. The fuck? This is weird. Thankfully it's with the star. So if anything, yo, sheesh Louise, I get the sense, Pisces, you're having to keep your mouth shut and you don't know who you can trust. Oh, I get it. Okay. Pisces, you have a lot of spies around you. See, the problem with Pisces is that they're around people, but Pisces can see the human vessel, but Pisces can also see the entities attached. So it's like Pisces can see people are getting possessed to gain info out of them, and they're not wanting to trust and say things. So the Two of Swords, Pisces, is saying, trust your wisdom. If no one speaks your language, don't give away your secrets, because you have spies astral projecting and spying on you too. You have people who are trying to take the secret vulnerabilities you have and twist it against you. So you're trying to reach out to people, but your heart is like, no, no, trust that. Because that's letting you know who's etherically trustworthy or not. And they might be trustworthy, but you can't trust them because they can't trust themselves because they haven't shed their own negativity. So the Two of Swords is saying practice discernment. Literally, what's behind it? You have the Ace of Swords of the truth. So don't give it away to just everybody. Some people you have to play the silent treatment on. Unless their heart is pure, you can open up to them. So this is the card for everybody, whether you can donate on the super chat or not. I know some of you be asking me to pull cards for you. Well, here is the card for everybody. This applies to you too. And this is both the King of Cups and the Chariot card. There's emotional mastery here. In order for you to gain this victory, you must have emotional compassion and mastery. Master your feelings. Once you master your feelings, you won't succumb to the temptation of immediate gratification, and you will be put in a position to move forward. Know that some of the decisions you're making inadvertently are being twisted to test how serious you are about it. When you have a conviction about a decision you make, do expect a popular majority to oppose it just to test if you'll switch up just because it's popular or unpopular. You are cooler than that, okay? Don't let people play you. And now we are going to do this funeral. So we now call forth the spirits and the energies of those of vibrations that have been antagonizing. First of all, this is a very informal ritual. So I want to highlight on how informal this is. Like, I'm literally just going to talk about it, and I'm going to guide you along this mini meditation. I'm not going to make this sacred because I want you to see how much this works. So I'm letting you know right now, if you don't, what this is going to do, first of all, the reason why this is going to work, you can do this while driving. The reason why this is going to work is because we have over 500 people. So just the numbers are going to amplify the strength of this. Where if you did this on your own, you would have to wait a whole lunar cycle. If you just did this by yourself, you would have to wait like a whole 30 days, right? But since, of course, we have multiple people here, this is going to quicken this. So it's going to increase every lunar cycle, but you're going to see results now. So what you're choosing to do is cut the cords of energies that don't serve you. So we are now calling the spirits, or let me rephrase this. We now honor the death and funeral of all these antagonizing vibrations. I'm not talking about people who, there's some soulmates in this life who are they're not haters, but they antagonize you. There are people in this life who they're not meant to agree with you. They're meant to sharpen you. So you're going to come up with ideas. Like, a lot of soulmates are like this. Like, they're not your friends, but they're not really true enemies. Like, everyone has open enemies. There's certain people that they're meant to oppose your ideas because they sharpen you. Sometimes they're right and you're wrong. And because they were opposite you, you know what I'm saying? We're not talking about those people. We're talking about haters. We're talking about people who project negativity. We are doing the funeral for them. So trust me, after you do this, you're going to have some fake people call you up, people who you didn't even know. You probably thought they were cool with you, but they're going to call you because they felt you cut that cord and they're going to want to reestablish it. Leave them dead. You're going to have a lot of new people come up. Leave them dead. You'll know in an instant that this is who you did the funeral for. Finish them. Okay? So keep that in mind. Once again, before I start this funeral service, this is going to take all the opposing vibrations that you're receiving unconsciously, because consciously you're done, but unconsciously you're still receiving it. And it's going to cut those cords. So I want you to breathe down satisfaction to your diaphragm, activate the breath of life, and breathe out gratitude. Just like someone said, don't let them rest in peace. That's some gangster shit right there. I feel you. So the key to this is indifference, because what's going to happen is, now that these cords will be cut, you're going to have them trying to regain establishment, whether through appealing to your good side or whether to pushing your buttons. You must be indifferent. They are dead to you now. Okay? This is important. This indifference means whether they try and do good or bad things, you're indifferent to it. You just move on. Trust me here. If you go a whole day indifferent to this, this will work. They will start to feel it. There are vampires who have been draining your energy through these etheric cords that will be cut. So now, as you breathe in, I want you to envision in your mind's eye a coffin. All right, what does the coffin look like to you? Mine is studded. It has diamonds on it. It's not my coffin. It's just a coffin, okay? I see diamonds on this coffin and spikes on it. Your imagination, fleshing it out, is going to make the energy stronger. So how big is the coffin, okay? Now, as you, of course, see this coffin in your mind's eye, I want you to envision the coffin opening. I now call in all the spirits and souls. Not so you're not going to picture actual human beings, just energies, because they're energies inside these vessels. I now call in all the spirits and souls that are projecting negativity towards me or you, right? And that have ill will and intent. And I summon them in this coffin. I now want you to see and feel and imagine all these negative vibrational entities and energies coming in this coffin. So what you're doing is you're envisioning this symbolism, because your subconscious speaks in symbols. You're showing your subconscious that every energy it registers, negativity receiving, it's being put in this coffin. So this vision is just a message to your subconscious. You don't even have to know. What's going to happen is energies you didn't even know are going to go in this coffin. You're just giving that conscious impulse. Nika said, I'm feeling lightheaded. This is a good sign. All the energies that were attached to you are releasing. So if you feel your energy shift, that's why, okay? So just take some time to see it coming in the coffin. And I want you to envision scenarios where people have ill intent projecting towards you. See the cords cutting and see the spirits going in the coffin, okay? Good. If you're feeling light, that's because all the weight is releasing and all the baggage that was on your subconscious is releasing. So good. Fire and water signs, you're gonna feel this the most. Okay. Shout out to Life is Zay feeling happy. All the people who are projecting negativity, you know what I'm saying? This isn't just going to kill people out your life. What this is going to do, some people were inadvertently draining their negativity towards you. And it's not because they hated you. Once you do this, their whole personality towards you is going to shift. Almost as if they woke up from a bad coma. And now they can come at you positively. Remember, our enemy is not flesh and blood. It's the negative spirits and evil forces in dark places that influence people. That's what we're killing. So this can transform your relationships with people or just outright let their evil asses go. So continue to do this. Von, thank you. This is very powerful. And it's only powerful because we're doing this all together. So all of our subconsciouses are also kind of amplifying what we're doing. And it's amazing because this is off the convenience of a live broadcast. That's why I'm making this. I'm not trying to make this look legit. Like, I'm trying to make this seem as easy as possible. Just so I can let you know, intense clearing like this does not have, you don't have to go to a high priest and do something super complex. It could be as simple as this, because we're using the planets as well. We have this Gemini energy that's activating our minds, okay? So I want you to continue to just see this in the coffin, all right? Once they're done, and just keep doing this. You're gonna see orbs going in. When they're done, close the coffin, okay? Shout out to Journey with Sass. Journey with Sass said you should do this every month. That's facts. You want this to be a part of your spiritual hygiene routine because you're inevitably going to make connections, okay? So this is great to do every month. Okay. So, or like Cosmic Chrissy said, you should do this every day. But the reason why, there's good reason why. If you do it every day, it could inadvertently just reestablish that they're still in your life. But if you want to do it every day, it could work for you that way too. Especially if you meet a lot of people. So now I want you to envision a coffin closing. If you still have a lot of you have a lot. So if you still want to keep doing it, you know what I'm saying? You know, you could do it. Some of you only have to do this once, by the way. You don't have to do this more than once. Do it as much as you feel like. It's good to do it every month just to be on the safe side. Ooh, Nibiru, you beat me. We're gonna burn the coffin. We're gonna burn the coffin, but we're not there yet. Okay, we're gonna burn the coffin though. So I want you to feel. You should be feeling tingly. You should be feeling light. This works, my friends. This works. This is going to teach you not to project anger towards other people. You should only project love towards other people. This is deeply spiritual, okay? So, as this closes, we now mark the end of our acknowledgement of their existence in our lives. See, when something is alive to you, you entertain it, you respond to it, but it's dead to you. So, even if you still get impulse, it's dead. You don't talk to dead people. You're not a medium. Unless you're a medium, but you don't be a medium. Okay. So shout out to people who have heat coming out their body. This is your own energy expressing itself, where before it had to be suppressed. Okay. So keep that in mind. We now cut all emotional ties. We now see the closed coffin representing every single energetic force, spirit guide, celestial being, principality, and puppet vessel that has been used to project negativity. Moving forward, I do not acknowledge them as alive. Some of you may be feeling sadness or happiness. If you feel sadness, right? If you're crying right now, but you're not sad, perfect. You're feeling the other person feel the cut. Those are not your feelings. You guys were connected energetically, so you shared feelings. You may inadvertently be feeling the sadness of something dying because it's still a sad moment, okay? And you need to let that mourn. Some of you, you're not gonna be sad. You're gonna be like, yeah, they did, they did, they did, they did. Are you gonna feel relief? But some of you may feel sadness. And if you feel sadness, you're feeling the death happening. And now let's take a moment of silence, because after this, you're not going to bring it up again. It's truly dead. So let's have a moment of silence for the end, because death sometimes is a sad thing, okay? Unless you happy that they did, because it's going to be free. All right, so let us now have a moment of silence. And now I would like for you to burn. Now, this is the key here. I don't want you to have an image of someone. Like, don't put someone you dislike and make them die to you, because they have light in them too. We're taking the negative parts that might be doing it. That is less to do with them and has influenced them, because that's the real thing here. So now I want you to see this all burning. Picture the coffin burning with celestial light and fire. See the wood burning, see the spirits in it burning with the divine fire. And you should feel your body completely vibrating and tingling. And know that once this fire burns out, everything there you don't pay your mind to. You're moving forward. So let's let this. Oh, Miss Kiki, yours blew up. If your coffin blew up, that means there's a lot of okay. Oh my God. If any of your coffins blow up or it's big fire, that means people have been sending juju on you. That means people have been sending negative energy. And now I need to tell you the aftermath of this. So just continue to allow it to burn. Shout out to V, blow torching that motherfucker. Oh man, do you feel your heart getting lighter? This is great. Okay. Now listen, in real life, there's a lot of people who act like they're your friends. There are people who do black magic on you, but then they call you. They're like your fake friends who call you after a blue moon, and you're like, "Hey, how is everything doing? Oh, are you okay? Are you good? How's your family?" But all they want you to do is tell them, "Oh, this is going bad in my life. This is going bad in my life." So they know, yes, my black magic worked. You're going to see these people coming back up the woodworks to let you know who they are. There's a lot of people who you don't know hate you that secretly, are acting like they like, or secretly hate you that are acting like they like you. This ritual is now going to reveal them with this Neptune retrograde. Okay, so let the fire burn. And once the fire burns, now listen, your subconscious is going to feel these people try and regain contact. They're dead. Just be indifferent. Just act like, ignore it. And it will be strong at first. And the more you ignore it, the stronger it'll be. And they will show up in your real life. This is going to happen with dark soulmates too. It's going to start off subconscious. You're going to be getting thoughts and ideas. Ignore it. You're going to hear stuff try and push your buttons. It's dead. Anytime you have the feeling, just be like, oh, you're dead. Oh, it's quite unfortunate. You're no longer here. Live that. Okay, the hooks are gone. And after, I swear to God, once they realize they can't approach you subconsciously, they're going to approach you consciously. How you know it's them is when you see them physically, you have a different feeling than you used to have. The feeling is off. That's how you know you shouldn't connect with them again. And that's how you know they physically have ulterior motives. Your intuition already told you about this beforehand. And now the last thing that you want to do, okay, now that the fire has burned, I want you to find a special song that symbolizes, like a funeral song or some kind of badass song that symbolizes the end, okay? And I want you to play that and close out the ceremony with this, so that anytime they try and reestablish contact, you listen to that song in your head and you say, it's over, okay? So yes, my song is It's Over by John Legend featuring Kanye West. You don't want to be who you are going to be. It's over. I just fucked that song up. I'm so sorry, John Legend. But yes, even though that's more like a relationship, it's over song, I'm just taking it for whatever. Okay. So keep that in mind. John Legend is a Capricorn, Kanye's a Gemini, so it works for my energies pretty good. Let It Burn Usher is a good one too. And you can take this a step further and, of course, make a whole playlist. You can make a funeral playlist. The music will let it get in your subconscious and it will activate this more. So, yes. And this is the first of a series of taking your power back. I'm going to do more rituals like this with you every month so we can take our power back incrementally. Okay, so yeah, y'all. Now I'm going to do the super chat. Thank you. Thank you. Scorp 1983. I can't believe he just texted me. This shit is real, y'all. This is real. You're going to get a lot of calls, okay? You're going to get people trying to establish it. They're dead to you. Only reestablish it if they're willing to transform their relationship. If it's based off of the same old fuckery, it's dead to you now. You've taken your power back. What I've just done with you guys was a funeral ritual to take back your energetic strength. And this is going to bring so much vampires. But we're at the end of Gemini season, you get me? And you're manifesting your sword. So swing at these vampires. When they come back with their manipulative games to try and act like you're overreacting or to try and act like you not, you know what I'm saying, there. So keep that in mind. He just apologized. See? He just apologized. There you go. Oh, I apologize. He chose Chun-Li. I've been wrong. That's what I do. Nicki Minaj is the queen. I feel you. So, yes, he just apologized. That means you alchemized something within him. That's why I say our enemy is not flesh and blood. Through this ritual, we just help someone purge negativity within themselves, and they're apologizing to you. Let's all give a hand of applause to this lady. Oh, I forgot. Scorp 1983. Let's all give a hand of applause. This is great. So the dynamics between certain people who are sincere, who actually, you know what I'm saying, want to change, this is going to allow you. But energy vampires are going to come out too. Anyway, Chad Taylor, the card that I have for you is the 5 of Swords and the 4 of Cups. You're going to have to withdraw emotionally, Chad, because I feel like there's going to be certain people who want to just antagonize you. And you can fall in the trap of trying to make them understand, but they just want to hate on you. So just curve, just withdraw emotionally. I think you're going to feel like fighting back because, I mean, why not? But just take some time out to regain your feelings because it's going to help you change how you feel about these people. Lily 626, we have the Strength card, but we also have the 5 of Cups. So you want to revisit something that you were a little bit disappointed about, because through your mourning of this, you're going to gain your inner strength, okay? So really focus a lot on your passions. Silbrea Finley, we have the Hangman, which is saying that you want to surrender. Don't do anything. Just allow it to end because you're going through a transformation process and you're going to transform, all right? Empress Daisy, we have the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles is definitely speaking of you slowly building bliss, okay? So all you need is patience because this is going to come through for you once again pretty slowly. Woo! Mika. We have the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords is saying that, ooh. The 10 of Swords is saying that I think if you might have given up on something, it's definitely going to shift, okay? And let me show you. It's like just when you think it's all over, this new love is here for you. And I think this twin flame or soulmate vibration is waiting until a facet of your ego is dead so that it could finally come to you when you're at your lowest, okay? So keep that in mind. Under the mystic moon, all right? So the channeled message for this transit for you is that Neptune is going to work directly through you. You already have a great grasp of these more metaphysical and etheric concepts. So you're going to be an ascension point as well. Not really an ascension point, but a magic point. Like when people come around you, their abilities are going to awaken. And so you're going to be the balance for them in a sense where it will allow you to very powerfully help them evolve while mirroring the magic so that they will embrace parts of their magic. So you're definitely going to activate a lot of people's magic by them just being around you. And your Reiki healing power is evolved. So you have greater miraculous healing ability. A dark soulmate is a soulmate that has not come to terms with their shadows and they're projecting their evil out, but they still have a soulmate connection to you, okay? Stay inspired. We have the Page of Pentacles. So this is definitely talking about your new residence being a place of very good bliss, but you're having to do some practical work to change your brand and to really powerfully, you know what I mean, work more on your health. So the Page of Pentacles is saying if you probably take out a loan or gain some financial assistance, this will definitely help you. I want to say it's Virgo season if we want to time it. So latest by September, okay? Miss Kiki, this is going to be controversial because your intent is rapidly manifesting to the point where your spirit is faster than the manifestation. And you want to trust that what you intend is happening. Very much so like lightning striking first and then thunder coming after. Your intent is the lightning strike, and you're going to see an acceleration of how you just make things happen, especially towards other people. So if someone trying to say something disrespectful, you could just smack them in the face with your energy hands, and it's like they're going to feel it. Yeah, they're gonna feel it. It's kind of interesting. Charlie Maher, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Justice card. So there's positive development and luck shifting for you when it comes to how you're going to deal primarily with a lot of legal issues, but more so fairness and accountability. So there's a lot of positivity, but more so breaking through to the next level. Just expect things to fall into place, really. Dark Raw Indigo, we have the Five of Swords and the Devil card. So be very mindful. Your shadow is going to be battling you through other people who want to embody your shadow more than you. This is going to have you release and regain control, but it's going to come with a fight. And you definitely want to know you don't have to worry at all. It's all intimidation. They're all lying. You don't have to worry about any threats. Free to be. We have the Knight of Cups. So this is talking about when it comes to business, you want to appeal more to people's emotions. Don't be too logically ruled. Find ways to let your creativity come out and shine through this. Okay. Diablo Casar. Thank you so much, by the way, for even popping out of work early. The card that I have for Bree, oh, nice, is the Six of Wands and the Justice card. So if there are any legal issues or if there's any court cases that you're having to go through, this is going to be a total victory. You're going to be in a position where you're actually able to completely shift the tides of perception where even the judge favors you. But this is also talking about just more popularity and victory, doing what you love doing to where you make a decision and sign a contract, okay? And Diablo, for you, we have the Seven of Pentacles and the King of Cups. If you're dealing with this King of Cups, this compassionate individual or someone who's deeply in their feelings, it's really speaking of you just being patient with that person before you make a decision. Kind of give that person a couple more months and just let them play themselves or show you that they mean business, okay? But this is just telling you to be patient currently. We have the Four of Pentacles, so there's assured material gain for you that's going to definitely help you a lot. Island vibes, we have the Ace of Wands, so there's a new spark in your job situation, especially if you find that you're wanting a new job or if you're wanting a promotion. There's a new passionate opportunity that may come from a boss or may come from you, most likely you, that you want to move forward on immediately, okay? To music to tweet to. What you need to know right now is that every single word you express is more powerful than it will seem on the surface. And you can speak life into people before they even understand. I talk about The Walking Dead because for you, it's going to be so much more real a concept. And you're on the battlefield to music, so you're going to be seeing a lot of zombies, and you're going to be speaking life to them and just re-establishing and reconnecting the purpose they have in their lives, okay? Damn, Ein, you are psychic as hell. I was just about to pull your card. Okay, we do have the Wheel of Fortunes, so it's going to improve very soon, especially with this Jupiter direct. It's going to bring luck and it's going to have things fall into place and extra goodies just so that you're super financially set. But this is really all to help you invest into new things, not necessarily just to make you rich or anything, but it will definitely improve. Bella Foels, your luck is definitely shifting. We have increased income for you as well. You're going to gain greater stability and increased material income, so your financial stability is going to evolve. But the Ace of Swords is saying there's an epiphany here. with this added recognition, there's divine love and victory, because you're not only going to gain greater material abundance, but you're going to gain an epiphany that's going to allow you to take your sword and cut through falsities. Really embrace this, because this will allow you to know what to do with this greater security. Goddess K, we have the Seven of Pentacles for you, and the Strength card. So the cards are definitely saying to be patient as your goddess self kind of opens through. It's a gradual process, because you're so powerful that if it were to just happen instantly, certain people would faint around you. You have a lot of passion within you. So really the message for you is to say to be gentle with people, because your energy, your shadow energy is not kind. Your shadow energy does not play. But your light energy is kind. So that's where you as this yin yang apprentice come in. So your shadow energy will drop people, but you have to be a bit kinder, just so it's not too strong on people. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Like, just be more patient with people, because the dark side of you is not patient. And it's not bad. It's not supposed to be patient. But the dark side of you is like, oh, can I end them now? And it's your light side that's like, no, just give them time. Okay, so Goddess K, just be a little bit more compassionate. You're already compassionate, but this is just saying give a lighter touch, because you may not, you're stronger than you know. Like, you come along more forceful than you're aware, okay? And it's not a bad thing, it's just something to be mindful of, okay? Sharon Andrea, there's wealthy people who are going to invest in your ideas. What you need to do is allow them to know the value of those ideas, so they don't know how to value what you offer because it's priceless. So know that there's a lot more powerful and influential people that are looking into what you're doing, and you're the connect for them. So things are going to evolve for you very powerfully into where a lot of your connection with Mott, the goddess Mott, is working very closely to you to make sure no one does anything unfair against you. And if anyone does, she's waiting on your permission to give them justice, okay? Amorous Crespo, we have the King of Swords. So this is definitely talking about you making friends with a mastermind. They're definitely going to connect with you on an authentic level. And it could be an Aquarius, someone who is definitely, it's definitely a man. It's either a new friend or an existing friend, and it's someone that's very powerful. So definitely they're gonna like the way your mind works, and you can totally trust this new friendship. Astro Dim, oh, Mott is here. That's great. I didn't even know that. Astro Dim, we have the Tower card, so stuff is shaking up for you, but it's a surprise party. If anything kind of happens that's chaotic, it's going to be something positive that comes from it. So it could be new friends you make out of nowhere, but get ready to have a surprise celebration. Masai Laney, ooh, this is a very good channeled message. If you're single, Masai, call in your soulmate, because they're already en route to find you. Just amplify your vibration so that they could be aligned more. But really, what I have, oh, Pels Mont, yes, yes. Okay, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna do that right now. So this is really talking about happiness, and this is also talking about a lot of vibrancy. The more you're expressing your happiness, the more this is going to alchemize situations positively, because your heart is so strong, it's going to just alchemize people's negativity for them. After you leave their presence, they may choose to be negative again, but in your presence, you're going to light up so many areas and energetic spaces you're around, okay? Pels Mott, by Pella, we have the 10 of Swords. So the end of a difficult situation is here, and your super self is here, okay? It's almost as if like whatever has been negatively following you has died. And so now your strength can really come out. I get the sense that your superpowers couldn't come out before because the negativity will have distorted it. But now that the negativity is out your life, it can now present itself, okay? Sassy K, what's my psychic powers and how can I develop them? We have the King of Swords. So if you have any psychic powers, as well as the 7 of Swords, your psychic powers are extreme deductive capability. You have claircognizance, and you're able to read behind the scenes and read between the lines in order to see who's deceptive or not, kind of in a way that King Solomon would. So you know how to look at patterns, and what is psychic about it is that you can do this instantly, and you could use your own intellect to make it look like intuition. So Sassy K, you want to develop this by working internally. This means that you can work on your own. And this means you're in a position to call out, less than honorable energies. So the Seven of Swords is also a card of working on your own. You can develop this by finding creative ways to do mental exercises with yourself. Nancy Solorio, we have the star. So this is all about healing. This is all about retribution. This is all about hope. And I get the sense that you are the star for this person, and that if he heals its heart, it's going to be through you. Your wildest dreams are going to come true. And this is definitely talking about, once again, powerful soulmate energy. As far as a channeled message, you know what I mean? Like everything you've gone through, you finished the dark side of it. You literally processed pain for other people. And so the universe is giving you an advance, like, okay, now let's hook you up, Nancy. So you don't have to, it's almost as if things are just going to happen for you because you've done the work already. So congratulations. All right. And that Libra is your soulmate. So Elgie, Bonica, don't get it twisted. Light can burn, not just shine. Amen. Teamwork about to win the bullshit battle of ego. Amen. We have the Wheel of Fortune for you as well, and the Four of Swords. So a lot of your fortune and a lot of your luck is going to expand, and not only just expand, but it's also going to create greater relaxation. So if you found yourself less rested, this is going to create greater space for you to really balance your mental faculties. Real love, we have the Four of Pentacles for you. So yes, change units. And this is actually going to bring assured material gain your way as well. So prepare for a lot more financial stability. I am the Soul Whisperer. You want to keep on moving forward. Whatever you're doing, keep on doing it, because this momentum is going to push doors for others who are looking up to you. But what you really want to know, I am the Soul Whisperer, is that you are being made to feel that what you're doing is wrong. It's actually right. Break past this deception and just believe in yourself, and you will achieve your own victory the middle of Cancer season by this full moon. Patty K, we have the Four of Pentacles for you too. So this is also assured material gain, okay? And this is just going to bring greater financial stability. Brittany Pope, you have certain people who are outright lying in front of your face, and your intuition feels it, but you don't know how to approach them, because you know if you were to call them out on their lie, they'll say another lie and they'll make you look like you're crazy. Brittany, trust your intuition. Just know that they're going to give themselves away. Just stay focused. Wait for the moment where they catch themselves in a lie and then strike. So don't necessarily just cut these people out, because you still have karma with some of them, but just play it wise, because they will catch themselves. They will kind of shoot themselves in the foot, and that's when you want to confront them about it, because they won't know that you remembered the details they gave themselves away with before, okay? Andy West, what you want to do actually is very powerfully envision this new home and and feel yourself already living in it, okay? You're going to gain opportunities through friends who invite you to house sightings, or just seeing a home on your way home from someplace, and your new home is going to show itself to you. But all you need to do right now is visualize the type of home you want and feel yourself already living in it. Normally, I would say you want to take action to find it, but you're actually super psychic. So your visualization will co-create with the universe. You don't have to do most like other people have to do. Swirly777, what's good with you, homegirl? What's good with you, homegirl? Because I pulled this card for you last time and I got it again. I think I pulled it with the 4 of Wands and now it's coming with the 6 of Wands. So your wishes are not only coming true, this is satisfaction and this is also popularity, positive popularity. You're definitely going to catch very great victory. So congratulations, okay? Chris Strickland, what's up, brother? There's a skit coming soon with me and Chris, so be on the lookout. We have the Hermit card, bro. This is talking about really trusting your internal guidance and wisdom. You have some stuff going on and keep it to yourself. Wait until you finish doing the work that you let people know. Otherwise, people will steal your ideas because they're shameless twats, okay? Ralph Marley, the channel message that I have for you for Neptune Retrograde is your star language is going to come out. Speak your star language. You're going to start speaking a magical language that only Magi's can hear. And it's meant so that the spies don't read between the lines. This magical language will sound like gibberish to some people, but it's going to make all the sense into the world to a rare few. And this language is going to be what you use to connect with people as you build your kingdom, okay? At Alexa Abad, we have the 5 of Wands. We have the 5 of Swords and the King of Wands, which I think is this argument between your uncle, right? And his wife. What this is saying, though, is to stand up with your independence, okay? Don't let yourself get gaslighted, right? Which I don't think you are. I think you stood up for yourself in that capacity. So talk with them and take everything that they tell you and everything that is a lie. Tell them that it's a lie. Everything that they're wrong, just let them know they're wrong or they're misunderstood. They're probably still going to gaslight you, but what you want to do is to stand your ground so at least they know how you feel about it and how you see through what they're doing, okay? Your light will illuminate their darkness. Shauna's view, a past Scorpio messaged me. What does he want? Spirit says that he wants to improve how you see him. There's actually an interesting dynamic here because I get the sense that he has something helpful for you. This is definitely going to help you move forward in what you're doing, but definitely make sure he's open and honest because he might also, I don't get the sense he might try and sugarcoat it, but if things are unclear, make it clear because he might not be able to communicate the best way, although the Magician says the opposite. But yes, Magician is saying it's a green light. He wants positive things for you, okay? Goldthrax, thank you so much for tuning in. Goldthrax, your super special power is that you can say something logically, but if you sing it to them, for some reason, the activation of your heart connecting with theirs, they'll just do whatever you want. And it's not like you're manipulating them. It's like when you evoke to people's, you can say the same thing, but if you evoke to their mind, it'll be one thing. But if you evoke and appeal to their heart, they're going to see it so different. So what you want to do is in every interaction, talk to people's hearts. Forget about their minds. Talk straight to their hearts. And this is going to create interesting dynamics with people to where their real self comes out. And it's like they're fighting themselves versus people who are already connected with their hearts and you bring it more out. Sharon Ilana, you want to know that there's certain people in your workplace who they're breaking out into the light, but they don't know who to talk to about it. So they're going to see your light and they're going to watch what you do. So know that you're holding space for like 5 different people that you work with, and they're going to approach you and come out and be like, well, I was skeptical about the stuff you're into. And you might not even have told them you were into it, but they were able to pick up and see, and they're going to come to you for more guidance, okay? MK, the telepathic connection I have, they have been manipulating me and using me, okay? And listen, that's not a lie at all. However, you're not a victim here too. So it's not necessarily that they've just been using you. You're actually the stronger one in this equation, MK. It's not that they've been using you. It's that you've been giving them the benefit of the doubt. So you don't have to do that anymore. Okay. And I'm not saying that, I'm not gaslighting you, because the manipulation is real, but I'm just letting you know that you're the stronger one here. Like, they're only manipulating you because you're letting them. So now that you know they're manipulating you, it's going to twist and they're going to start acting like they're cool with you because you've seen through them. We have the Seven of Pentacles and the Strength card as well, which is talking about your super strength slowly coming through this process, okay? And this is definitely going to be positive for you. And, oh God, Joe Chris, we have the Strength card for you too. So Neptune is going to augment your psychic powers, and it's going to bring them to the max, to where you have your base state, and then you can switch into this limitless form like you took NZT, except your whole DNA is NCT, and you don't have to take the pill, you just have to shift your mental state. But the Neptune retrograde transit will allow you to achieve that, okay? Summer solstice, you are going to attract very stuck people. And as you see people, you're going to see that they're stuck, you're going to see that they're depressed. The reason for this is because you have the key to take them out of their depression and stuckness. You're going to have a word for them. You're going to have something to show them that's going to deliver them out of it. However, you can't make them walk through that door, and you can't make them be happy. All you're going to do is open that blindfold for them. And some people are going to want you to do more, but just let them know all you can do is open that blindfold. So this is temporary. It's just the Neptune retrograde process. You're going to be bringing light to a lot of people. Lisa Clay. Okay, we have the Hierophant card for you. And the Hierophant card is talking about the status quo of your energy, holding you accountable, but also not the status quo of your energy. It's talking about dealing with the status quo. And I think it's talking about gaining greater acceptance with what established societal conventions, to where you're going to be able to integrate that knowledge with what you do and not really be an outsider, okay? Mary Shaw, you are sparking conscious illumination in people's hearts with your ideas. So you want to be more vocal with your more out there ideas, because at first it's going to sound like crazy talk to these people, but then it's going to open their hearts, because everything you say, they're going to experience within seconds or hours, okay, or days. And it may sound crazy at first to them, even though it's truth, and you just want to keep speaking. You'll know what to say to each person, and just trust your intuition. Trust me, for some people it's going to be like, whoa, I was thinking about this all day. For others it's going to be like, oh damn, I don't believe this. But then they're going to come back to you like, oh my God, you were right. Okay, Laura Huff, transmitting today. Saw a new direction for my path. Was it a delusion, or is it my new truth? It is your wish come true, Laura. Even before I pulled the card, I knew it was not a delusion. It's far from that. This is going to bring everything good for you. I got the same card as Swirly 777. This is not only your new truth, you're not going to necessarily go away from the old path as well. This is definitely going to complete the wholeness of your work, and there's surprises you didn't see coming as well that will bless you as well, okay? So definitely enjoy. This is going to be really positive. Julia Lala, you are like the soulmate whisperer, okay? So you're going to see complex interpersonal relationship themes, and this is your soulmate speaking to you from the collective consciousness. If you're single, you're going to see through other relationships a preview of what's to come to you. So pay attention to the relationship lessons you see other people going through in sitcoms and real life, because this is what you're going to step into, the culmination of that. If you're in a relationship, it's relationships that are going to reveal secrets to what you're going through in that relationship. Stellar, the card that I have for you is the Star card. Make a wish, because your dreams are coming true. And all this is saying is to stay firm, to hope, and not give up. You're going to find yourself a star Where I mean, stellar, it's in your name. Like you're going to really ascend to this greatest version of yourself because you're this person right now. You're going to flesh it out, and this is going to be awesome. KBS, Neptune in Cap, fourth house. What will the transit be for me? Balance. This transit is going to balance out all the falsities in your life, and it's going to put it into a great balance. This balance is going to seem chaotic at first because everything that was masquerading to seem balanced is going to actually be shown for it not being balanced. And it's definitely going to allow for you to really rectify situations with people because you're the balanced one here and you're holding everyone accountable since you're with integrity. Christy Caraballo, we have the 9 of Cups for you. So anything you were wishing for in terms of your job is going to come true. I even have your card, the 9 of Cups. So make a wish about your job because it's definitely going to come true. It's 11/11 or 11/12. Shoot, in the East Coast, make a wish to everyone. Connie, we have the Hangman. So when it comes to your current job, you're going to have to surrender perhaps to a rule or just surrender to how things are going. Just let things be. Allow things to unfold for now, okay? Don't necessarily worry about doing anything until a month from now. And then you will know what to do because what you feel about things now are going to change a month from now, okay? Sharice Williams, you're dealing with energy in your life that is not being upfront with you because Sharice, your heart is so open. When you're around other people, it opens their heart. So if they don't want to open their heart, they're going to be uneasy. So just hold space for them. This is going to allow you to see the real parts of people, who people's inner childs are, and you just want to show love to their inner child, even if their mind is showing hate. The more love you show to their hearts, it's going to actually help them, not make them, but help them be more loving. You can't do the job for them, but that's just why if you see awkward moments or uneasiness, your love is making other people's darkness uneasy. Alluring vibes, come and get this bag. You're just going to be getting money. You worked really hard for this money, and so you want to enjoy all this money, okay? Oh, my God. You guys are not playing. Jesus Christ. Are you serious? Damn. Like that. Okay. Miss Bliss. We have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a very passionate individual who I feel you'll be romantically engaging with. Okay, so keep this in mind. It's a Leo card, but this is talking about somebody who wants to spice up your life with their passionate ideas. Carolyn Leddick, where to focus regarding money and career change, okay? Focus on your goals, right? But with this Knight of Swords, what is the first ideas that you have that come to mind? Because you want to act on them. You're going to have to multitask. So it's funny you said where to focus because you're not going to focus on just one thing. You want to take 2 or 3 things and be willing to multitask about how your branding is going, about what it is you actually want to accomplish. So look at your goals because you want to start with what you want to accomplish and change that. And that'll help you know how to move forward, okay? Goddess Adorned, channeled message about my next love partnership. Your next love partnership is going to be with someone who's intellectually masterminded and superior to their peers, but they're going to gain a lot more soft compassion from you, whereas they're definitely going to sharpen your intellect. The thing about this, though, is you're probably going to connect to them through the work you're doing by chance, and it's definitely going to come in with this eclipse with Leo and Aquarius as well. So you may even already know them or have met them lightly, but they're going to establish themselves. I get the sense it's like someone that you didn't really know well, but then you get to know them and it's like, oh, wow, this person's for me. Desiree Samuelson, we have the Ace of Wands for you, okay? The Ace of Wands with the World card is talking about sparking total success and you're going to spark great power. You're literally going to spark great power, okay? Completion of the power, too. Yeah, so many people. We got a lot of tips today. God damn it. Like, I didn't think I'd be here this long. Shafi Nibs, we have the 10 of Pentacles for you. So you get into the bag, okay? This is a lot of wealth, and this is a lot of legacy that you're going to be manifesting. Cindy G, it's definitely going to get easier for you. But we do have the Hangman. So this is definitely speaking of the pressure that's happening. You're in a situation where you don't know what to do, okay? All right. You're in a situation where you might not necessarily know exactly what to do in your situation, and all you need to do is surrender to it. What's after this is your victory. You're going to really be financially well off, but right now you just want to surrender to the divine, let things happen, and just let it go, which means you don't have to do anything, and it won't feel like that. But just surrender, and this is what's going to allow things to shift within the month, okay? Sam Jones, when will I find my divine friends with benefits? We have the Empress here, so this is really good. This is a Venus transit. I want to say, honestly, you're having to focus more on your own inner beauty. So the more you embody this Empress, the more that your divine FWB is going to find you, okay? Shauna's view. What does Spirit say about my karma? We have the Tower card. So the Tower card is definitely speaking about you kind of getting all the way off your path just so you can develop your own path. Because with the Two of Wands here, this is also speaking about you planning that. Your path is going to be one of your own choosing. Shannon Southard, we have the Four of Cups, which is talking about emotional withdrawal and contemplation. I think if you feel that you have to answer every question right now or deal with every conflict, you're better off just sitting it out and just kind of sorting how you feel, because things are going to change. Debs, we have the Strength card for you. So focus a lot on your passions, as this is going to really evolve very greater to definitely bring out a lot of your inner strength, okay? Unique heartbeat. You actually want to open up to new income streams in certain forms that won't necessarily seem like they're the most compatible with you. Keep on doing what it is you're doing, because you're going to break through within 2 weeks through opportunities that you never saw coming. But because you kept on doing what you're doing, you allowed it to meet you, okay? And just be open to new income streams. Vicky, I want to know if things going good for me, if my niece is mad at me, don't know why things are going up and down. We have the Tower card. Your life is going through upheaval, and it's going to expose, something is going to happen that's going to expose the deception happening to you or through you, okay? So be careful, because it's going to shake things up so that it could catch someone off guard, and you'll see the truth through there, okay? So it's going to bring some bad, and then the good will come after. And the bad isn't bad, it's just chaotic. Reese Goddess, what are my magical powers? Okay, we have the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is actually talking about, it came with the Eight of Cups. So you're going on an adventure, actually. You're having to walk away and seek deeper meaning so that you can spark a new magical power, which has everything to do with raising your, the base form of this magical power is going to evolve, but it has a lot to do with raising passion. So you could take people who are lifeless and you can fill them with invigoration, and you can fill them with passion to actually be inspired to do something greater than themselves. And this works for you in a simple sense of just getting yourself motivated. Ministry of Bond Think, we have the King of Wands, who's going to approach you to test a lot of your spiritual sovereignty and to test a whole lot of your inner strength. So definitely show them the full weight of your own reflection and energy. Okay, Delphina Soul, We have the Magician. So trust in your own magic. It's coming with the Five of Wands as well. Believe in yourself. You're going to find that all of your talents and skills manifest themselves so that you open powerful doors for yourself. Okay. Should I pursue and invest? Nika, we have the Justice card. If you find that the decision to do so, I mean, yeah, this is a yes, because political justice card, yeah, take that opportunity. Okay. Alexa Abad, for your friend, we have the Ace of Wands. They need to take advantage of any opportunity. It's a yes or no question. If they had a yes or no question, it's a solid yes. But this is also talking about a spark of opportunity that they want to take, all right, as soon as it manifests. Jim Crane Kusan. We have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is talking about you doing really well. You're breaking through the work you're doing, and this is going to sharpen a lot of your mind. This is talking about taking your brand and making it marketable to the sense where you're about to start making a lot of money from it as well. Okay, so keep that in mind. Amen. That's all you got to do, buddy. Calypso, why do I keep dreaming of this Gemini? It's because their dark twin is having its way with you. But we do have the Four of Pentacles. So maybe the Gemini is not letting you go subconsciously or consciously. There's something that's being held on. If you're holding on to the Gemini, that could also be why too. So keep that in mind. All right. Claire Smith, what to do with B? We have the Tower card, so it might just happen on its own. If you can strike this by completely causing a rude awakening, there's going to be happiness that comes out of this. So don't necessarily worry about any chaos that comes through. Rainbow, thank you so much for tuning in. Your every single hope and wish is manifesting, not how you exactly wanted it, but better. So this is the channeled message, is to take every single one of your dreams and every single one of your goals and to actually dream even bigger. Okay? Find out better way. Don't find out better ways, just accept that what you wanted to manifest is going to manifest even greater. Are you the Taurus sun, Rainbow? I thought you were a Virgo sun. That's amazing. I had no idea. So that's actually really interesting. But yes, keep that in mind. Rebel Jade's fire. Whew. We have the Page of Cups. Open that heart of yours. There's definitely going to be a very powerful heart opening. Actually, this could even be this King of Swords, this intellectual individual who opens up to you. So definitely trust them. It's going to be cool. Kara Crump. We have the Nine of Cups. Yes, this Aquarius man is your true love. He is definitely your wish come true, and you're going to have satisfaction. Only you can be you. We have the Ace of Wands. If you had a yes or no question, it is a yes. It is a yes. If you find yourself getting an opportunity that comes out of nowhere, take the opportunity. Take the cup, okay? Gia, what's my birthday message for New Year? We have the Devil card, okay? So I see this as a reverse. You're going to be restoring control over, this fight over your shadow. And because you're going to be taking control back, it's going to be reflected amongst other people. So just fight that good fight and don't let your obsessions or your shadow control you, because this is the year you gain victory over it at a greater level. And Trujillo, we have the Two of Wands. The world is in your hands, beloved. So things won't necessarily have to get easier. You just have to remember that you have the control here. And the Eight of Wands is talking about a swift flow of events this July and the end of June that's going to actually remove blockages for you, okay? So I want to say now things are going to get easier, but you want to remember you're the one in control over your life, okay? IMP, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So there's a lot of money you're going to manifest in order to develop or secure or continue a legacy. Okay. Rafaela, we have the 9 of Pentacles for you. If you're being tempted to step out on your Sagi by Pisces, don't fall for temptation, and know that as long as you do everything with integrity, you won't have to worry about temptation. But the 9 of Pentacles is saying you are coming into greater independence. So maybe the root of this temptation is to encourage you to be more financially independent, because you're outside of what you're talking about, you're going to gain a lot more money independently. So this is amazing. Radio at tax. We have the 2 of Pentacles for you, but it also has the Empress. So continue hustle. Oh, you're a Taurus, Rainbow. I had no idea. That's amazing. Okay. And with the Cat Moon. That's awesome. So radio at tax. This is talking whatever hustling you're doing, keep it up, because you're going to amass, like the money you're hustling is going to exponentially raise quicker than you expect. Only if you keep on doing it. If you kind of stop, it's going to stop, okay? Not forever, but as long as you just keep it focused, it will do this, okay? Brooklyn culture. You are developing a collective. And you may not be so aware right now because you've been working so hard on yourself that everything that you have developed on yourself is going to be everything that is used to create a collective around you. And you're going to be empowering both men and women, young men and women, but even young energies and older men and women. And you're not going to have to try and do anything. All you're going to have to do is be yourself, which you're doing very well. So definitely open up to a lot of people who may be coming to you subconsciously, not even for guidance, but for recognition, because you're going to be seeing people and showing them what you see. Okay. Ceci Gonzalez, we have the 2 of Cups. The 2 of Cups is talking about mutual love. It's talking about connecting with your soulmate. My God, yeah, just these. So if you're single, you're not about to be single, okay? This is talking about connecting with the mutual love that is very fruitful and rejuvenating. Dara D, we have the Tower card for you. So there's upheaval and there's change. This is going to shake up your world appropriately. So adapt to the changes. What this is going to do actually is remove falsities from your life through conflict, but nothing you can't handle, okay? Moonbay, not surprisingly, we have the Magician and we have the Hierophant. So you're going to come up with a new magic ideology, a new magic spell, oh my God, new magical thinking that's going to create a new religion, a new status quo, a new ideology. It's like not High Priestess, but Popus. You're going to instill magic knowledge. I almost see this as like a magic theory that you make fact, and now you teach people that gospel, okay? Tyra Goldstein, we have the Sun card for you. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Let the happiness shine from your heart, and the more vibrancy you spread, the more you'll receive. You're entering a long period of joy, so congratulations. Yayo, oh, we have Scorpio, the King of Cups, and the Sun in Scorpio, the 6 of Cups. So this is talking about Scorpio energy and you having a soulmate relationship with this Scorpio-like energy. Compassion, nostalgia, innocence, and purity is here. Val, we have the 9 of Cups. Make a wish because it's coming true. Every single one of them for you. All right. So that's amazing. Prepare. Satisfaction is here. Beck, hey, can you give me some advice or any info I may need to know? We have the Ace of Wands. If you had a yes or no question, it's a yes. With the Magician, it's saying, you got the power. Anything you want to manifest, you have all the tools you need to manifest, and you just need to do it, okay? And yeah, Brown Brujita, the shadow magic integration is the 10 of Cups. The shadow magic integration is going to remove all the blockages that were stopping you from actually connecting with your bliss. The shadow magic integration is going to bring harmony in every area of your life. So it's like the last step for you, okay? Okay. So please keep in mind, I only do one super chat per donation. So if you donate more than once, I will really pull a card. Gia, I will pull for you because you did not know. But just keep that in mind, guys. I just so that I'm not on here like all night, like I'm only gonna pull one card per donation. Okay. You're gonna reunite with your twin flame, Gia, the moment that you remember they live in your heart. So remember, time doesn't exist. You want to align with this and just stay focused on your path, okay? But we do have the Queen of Cups, which is Cancer, so we could look into Cancer season. Shade Bennett, hit me with that money. What's up with that money? We have the King of Wands. You want to go out and get that money, but we have the Nine of Pentacles. So you getting paid, my friend. I think it's a Leo or a King of Wands who's going to give you a platform or help you step up and claim your independent work, okay? Lisa Ben, we have the Justice card. So when we're talking about duration of legal matters, the fact that we pulled the Justice card is very powerful. And the Moon card is the Pisces card. So this doesn't speak well for time because it makes things wishy-washy. It's going to be over for you before it's over for other people. And I want to say this duration will be at least like 3 core weeks. Everything else is just going to be procedure. But this is letting you know that anything that was ruled against you is going to be for you. The fact that we pulled the Justice card is a good omen that you're going to win this legal case, okay? ZS, but just trust your intuition and point out things that are being hidden behind the scenes. ZS, we have the Six of Wands. So move forward with your confidence. You're going to find greater notoriety and you're going to come into much greater respect for what you're doing, okay? Corey O'Kelly. As far for Goddess K, as far as Twin Flame, the Judgment card is really just speaking on you being in a position to awaken more to your true life's purpose, which will guide you to your twin flame. Stay tuned, by the way, because tomorrow I'm doing a peace talk with a twin flame master. And yeah, she's definitely going to help you guys understand more how to see this thing. All right. Corey O'Kelly. How does he feel about me, my twin, at this moment? Well, your twin, if anything, is more so or less focused on their long-term potential. I think they feel like they have a good friendship connection. The Three of Cups is saying hang out with your friends more too, because you have some stuff to celebrate. But the Seven of Pentacles is saying your twin is taking things slow. They don't feel anything really. They feel more. They want to take things slow to get to know you more. Storm Dancer. So that means you probably know your twin. Storm Dancer. We have the Storm Tower card, which is interesting, but also the Five of Cups. So there might be some slight disappointment here, but after the disappointment, there's celebration. So this is going to reveal certain true motives, which will be disappointing at first, but it's going to actually be the silver lining to very, very great good news. Ray of 1989. Will any insight? Well, this major transition is going to get you so much more money independently. So enjoy that because you're going to find yourself with much more of a bankroll than you've had in a while. And it's everything you've worked hard for yourself. Aqua Baby, you need to know that, first of all, this Queen of Pentacles could be a new friend. This is talking about someone opening their heart up to you and you could trust them. But this is also talking about you nurturing your material reality a lot more, spending more wisely on yourself and more with more value, okay? Tanya Boychuk, what is the Scorpio guy's intentions towards me? Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles for you too. So his intention towards you is really just to take things slow. okay? And when it comes to your superpowers is to fill your energy of light with the max emotional fulfillment, which is not easy. Not a lot of people can just feel peace and bliss. So it doesn't seem like the most badass superpower, except everything about it is badass. And not only can you fill your vessel with peace and bliss, you can manifest 10 of Cups situations. You can manifest bliss for yourself and for others, and to share that with others as well. L Rising, the card that I have for you is the Judgment card and the Justice card. So Alexa Abad, this applies for you too, because I pulled the Justice card. But for you, L Rising, this is talking about really rectifying and balancing things. Everything you have to be held accountable for will be brought up in the open, and you're going to really awaken to your true purpose as being a force for justice. God. Second. Okay. Layla Jade, message for the funeral ritual. We have the Magician. This is saying that the funeral ritual was a complete success, and you just want, oh, it's a complete success, homie. In fact, because you did the funeral ritual, your manifestation power is going to be exponentially amplified because all the negative energy that was blocking it is dead. Congratulations. Sleazy Hedgehog. Okay. That applies to everyone who did that too. We have the Two of Pentacles, which is saying to stay, thank you, Joyfully Vegan. It's saying to stay very focused on what you're manifesting and to trust your instincts when it comes to investing in new income streams. Your hustling will allow you to balance and take these difficult beginnings and stabilize them. Brittany Fair, and we have the Seven of Pentacles with the Four of Pentacles. So I'm not gonna lie, this isn't juicy, this is kind of dry, but this is saying that you're going to gain a higher level of financial stability. So that's kind of cool. You just have to give it a long-term approach. Your long-term investments are gonna pay off as well. Melody C, I could totally pull a card. We have the Death card for you. The Death card is saying transformation, transformation. As an Aries sun, this is Jupiter and Scorpio. As a Gem rising, this is this Capricorn energy. So you're going to transform into your true self through this process. Where do I stand with the Libra man? Kimberly, we have the Seven of Cups. So things aren't necessarily as clear, but as you get past the unclarity, there's actually a good soulmate bond here of innocence. Just don't necessarily entertain the flightiness he may have, because this may make it hard to see through the fog. Definitely know, though, there is a soulmate connection here. Lisa Lewin, we have the Page of Cups for you. So open your heart up to new romantic opportunity. You might have some people watching, but this is also saying open up your heart, period, to new talents, skills, and abilities that you're going to be able to very powerfully connect with and through. Thank you so much once again for you guys tuning in. This is the Neptune retrograde that's going to have you experience divine magic in a personal, subjective way that over the next 6 months, you get to make objective with other people as you share your subjectivity with them. So embrace irrationality, embrace logic-defying experiences, and most importantly, move forward from this funeral, because this is where everything gets super more real. And until next broadcast.